Wednesday, along with a spotty afternoon thunderstorm each day. High 86 tomorrow and 89 Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Partly sunny skies this morning, 78 in Florissant, 75 in St. Peters, and 76 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Capital One.
Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts, and Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bankguy. Capital One N.A. Member FDIC.
Chris Raunchy, Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
False advertisement. Neither of them are here this morning.
They'll be back tomorrow.
They're coming back tomorrow from their holiday. Today, you're lucky enough to get Hancock and Kelley in studio, taking you all the way till noon for the Gas House
How
game.
about that? We've got plenty to talk about today.
Yeah, so what a huge weekend took place in St. Louis. The heat finally broke. Wasn't that wonderful when the
Lovely
storms blew in and broke the heat finally?
Lovely.
Did you get a bunch of rain out there in God's country?
We did. I didn't have to water the plants on the patio. So that was nice. So you got to tell the people how they get in touch with us.
Yeah, but we've got to remind people that you can listen to us on the Odyssey app, and you can go right there, listen to us for free. Odyssey app, you can go back, you can rewind to anything that's taken place.
You can send us a mic drop.
A mic drop, yep. You can call in at 314-436-7900, or you can text in at 314-436-7900. And then, Matthew, what are all the social media platforms people can find us?
You can follow us at Chris Amy KMOX on all social media, and you can watch the live stream on the KMOX YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.
Time now for the top of the order. The top 3 stories everyone will be talking about.
The St. Louis Police Department detained 40 juveniles for violating curfew over the weekend.
And the U.S. soccer team goes back at it this evening with their star player who will be on the field tonight. Controversy emerging after President Trump says, hey, he weighed in with FIFA on this. And as a result, this player will now play.
How about that? And the Cardinals, although they lost 6-4 yesterday to the Chicago Cubs, have won 4 out of 6 games on this road trip. Things are looking up.
Yeah, and the Cardinals start a huge series tonight, John. 5 of them in a row with the Brewers to take us up to the All-Star break.
Well, we got the Braves at home after that, and then the All-Star break.
Pre-game tonight at 5:50 right here on KMOX. The first pitch at 6:45. And, of course, we've got the USA Soccer game tonight at 7 o'clock. It's a sports smorgasbord of opportunity for you.
For a Monday.
For a Monday, yeah, exactly.
You don't see that every day.
The Cardinal game the other night that looked like they had a fireworks display in the middle of the game was not fireworks.
Fog. Yeah.
Did you see how thick that fog was?
It was incredible.
Did they wind up delaying the game or stopping the game?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
My son was at that game. And he and 11 of his buddies that were all Cardinal fans were at the game, and they had a really good time.
And what happened? The fog just eventually blew out of there that quick?
Yeah, 15. Well, the last half inning, the Cardinals were in the field. The fog was so thick that the infielders couldn't see the baseball. Mm-hmm. And, you can't play a game like that. Fortunate nobody got hurt.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of nobody getting hurt, hopefully people played with their fireworks safely. But the reports that I got from all of my family and friends that live out in the suburbs, John, is that the economy in the St. Louis area is doing just fine. People had plenty of disposable income to be able to go out and buy fireworks to blow up and shoot into the sky. My sister was one of my sisters spent the whole day after the 4th of July out in her backyard picking up debris so that her dog wouldn't eat all this debris that had come from fireworks that just went off in her neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, it was everywhere. Did you see that house in Baldwin where they put the spent fireworks stuff in the trunk of their car and it blew up?
No.
Yeah, in the garage.
Wow.
And, blew out the garage door, and, you got to be careful with
You would
that
think
stuff.
that somebody in Baldwin would have a little better thought process than to put spent fireworks in their garage inside of an automobile.
Yeah.
Now, where
good.
was your fireworks celebration?
We were at our friends, the very nice Pearsons.
Very nice people.
And at the Pearsons, he does this every 4th of July. So he's got a rural property.
Okay.
And they line up, I don't know how many drums of these things they have. And they light one thing, fuse, and it goes and it blows up can after can after can after can.
Oh, they have them all linked together?
Yeah.
So there's only one ignition, and then the whole display goes. How long did that display go on for?
I would think 15 or 20 minutes.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, it was, you might as well been under the arch watching that thing.
Really?
It was incredible.
Yeah. Are you a big firework guy?
I like to see them explode up there.
They're fine. I mean, you can't help but look when fireworks are exploding. It's like when somebody says, "Oh my gosh, does that woman have a top on?" Everybody looks, right? And then after a while, it's like, wait a minute, I've seen this before, and
I don't know, man.
You don't wind up
I think it's cool.
rubbernecking for too long.
Do you know we had a fireworks display on July 4th, 1777?
We did?
We did.
Where?
Philadelphia.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had no clue. So that's where this all originates from?
Yeah. I mean, it's fireworks have been around for a long time.
The Chinese invented them before
they did
before the time of Christ,
and
right?
they're still manufacturing them to this day.
Yeah.
But 1777 fireworks display.
Fun to do when I was a kid. Enjoyed it. I don't know. Maybe there was something of the taboo nature that you were a young person. And do you remember there used to be a thing called a punk? And it was like this little brown stick. And it had this, I don't know, you'd light it and it would keep a cherry red, ending to it. And then you would walk up to the bottle rockets or whatever it was and you'd light it with your punk.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that for a couple of years as a kid. And now I got to tell you, I wouldn't walk across the street for fireworks.
Huh. I don't know. I think if you're into it, you're into it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people out there are into it.
Well, and there's lots of drone shows that are happening. I know that there was a drone show on July 3rd out in St. Charles. I think they had one here in downtown St. Louis as well. Have you seen a proper drone show
I
yet?
have not.
Oh, my gosh. They are awesome. Now, 10, 12 drones in the sky with some lights, not so great.
Right.
But some of these drone shows, man, where they hundreds, thousands of these little drones out there. Oh, yeah.
Thousands?
They can show them doing anything. My first drone show was about 8 years ago out in Colorado, Grateful Dead concert. They had drones rather than fireworks, and it was special. And so now I think I may prefer the drone show over the fireworks.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But if you had a photo of St. Louis over the weekend, it just looked like the whole town was blowing up. By the way, speaking of the whole town blowing up, the president had his big celebration, America 250 in Washington, D.C.
Indeed, he did.
At one time was supposed to be a bipartisan celebration, kind of turned into what happens with Donald Trump. Everything is Donald Trump. A fireworks display that, would you know, nobody's seen anything the likes of it before, John. People are talking about it all over the world, being the world's largest fireworks display. In fact, I think it got a Guinness Book of World Records designation. I watched it on TV. It was just a bunch of things blowing up. Like it was smoke and fire. It didn't have the spectacular beauty that I had hoped to see.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And apparently, I didn't see it, but apparently it happened after midnight in our nation's capital.
Yeah. It just, I get it. I understand that being the biggest and the greatest and the best is an obsession of President Trump's, and good on him. But there can be too much of a good thing, right? Everybody likes the finale of a fireworks, right? Nothing better at the old VP Fair or this past weekend. Here comes the finale. And it's going to be 10 minutes of the things going off. But it can be too much after a while. If you're just blowing things up, the smoke gets so thick you don't get to see the colors, and it just winds up being a bunch of yellow and orange lights in the sky,
well,
right?
There's an art to it, Michael.
Yeah.
When you're producing a fireworks show.
Uh-huh.
The timing, the context, the combinations that take place. And it's almost like a choreography, if you will.
Yeah.
And to do a proper fireworks display, you've got to take all of those things into account, and then you create beautiful magic out there.
You time it together with music so that things are happening with music. I don't think that's what was happening in Washington, D.C. I'd be interested if anybody was downtown. They want to tell us what the fireworks were like at downtown. I unfortunately missed them. I was sleeping, brother.
Oh, I would love to hear from people
who
who saw great fireworks in their neighborhoods out there.
Oof. Man, and how'd your dog deal with the fireworks?
So Gus, who is very neurotic.
Okay.
Gus, who sees an
Seems
Amazon
to run the family.
he sees an Amazon truck and loses. He can't deal with it. Fireworks, not a problem.
Really?
Not a problem.
Now, some people...
Gus will go on a walk.
With the fireworks going off?
With people shooting off firecrackers
Fine
or
with it.
bottle rockets, and it doesn't faze him a bit.
But when the Amazon or the UPS driver goes down the street...
Yeah, it's not good.
He might as well be a terrorist because Gus is going to alert the whole
heaven
world.
forbid a dog comes on the screen of the television in the family room.
Oh, he sees that.
Yeah. And he goes nuts over it.
Gets angered that there's another dog in his house.
I think these HD TVs that we have now.
Okay.
Dogs are. I don't know that dogs really watched television in the olden days.
Right.
Because we had Gracie. She never reacted to the television.
So when the family was watching TV, she just laying there, not looking at it, right? Okay.
Gus pays close attention to the television, and if a dog comes on, he loses it. He goes absolutely nuts, and then he runs to the dining room and looks out the window to see if he can see that same dog.
Oh,
and,
is that the other side of the television? So he thinks the dog's on the other side. Well, I have some of my friends who take they treat him almost like it's James Brown. They bring out this coat and they put it on him, and it's like a vest, if you will.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this really puts Trixie at ease that he's got this coat on.
The very nice Pearsons did that to Walter.
Really?
Before their big fireworks display. And then they rubbed essential oils so that Walter would smell a good smell and have his little vest on. And
that seems a little much.
Well, I mean, he, took it like a champ.
Where did Walter hang while the fireworks were
He was
going
in the
off?
closet.
They put him in a closet. That's great. Hey, maybe your dog needed a bomb vest or whatever it is that these puppies walked around with. We'd love to hear from you today, 314-436-7900. It's Hancock and Kelley in for the Chris and Amy Show. We're going to take you all the way up to the Gas House Gang. For some reason, I have a feeling the Gas House Gang may spend just a wee bit of time talking about soccer.
I guess.
We surely will. Stick around, won't you? Hancock and Kelley on the Mighty Mighty Mocs.
If you are looking for a place for independent living for older adults, the place is Fairwinds River's Edge in St. Charles. It was voted U.S. News and World Report's best independent living for 5 consecutive years. They have social events for the residents there, wellness programs. Just go to fairwindsriversedge.com. Schedule a tour and hear about all of the great new updated spaces, all the dining, the social events, the best. fairwindsriversedge.com.
Giddy up! It's the Cardinal Cowboy. Don't let garage door problems bench your summer plans. From repairs, tune-ups, and replacements, Renner Garage Door hits a grand slam every time. Score a free repair or replacement quote today, plus $100 off a new garage door. Featuring trusted brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster, Renner delivers the quality, reliability, and performance your home can count on. RennerDoorSTL.com. Forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER. Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history-telling podcast, chronicling the epic story of America, decade by decade, from the 18th century to the 20th. Original music and immersive sound design accompany us on our storytelling journey. Listen to and follow History That Doesn't Suck, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com. And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Do you remember this amount of fireworks, like neighborhood fireworks, people shooting off fireworks?
Yeah, people have been doing it for hundreds of years, Michael.
Yeah, but this is an economy where I've been told, everybody's, oh my gosh, we're paying $4 a gallon for gasoline. Prices are going up everywhere. And could there be a more frivolous expense than spending dollars on fireworks?
Joy and happiness. But let's trot over to the phone lines because Gloria is joining us. Gloria, welcome to KMOX.
Hi there.
Hey.
I am calling because I think all the fireworks is overdone. It costs so much money. And they sing the song that this is the land of the free. I don't think so. I think this is getting to be a dictatorship almost, and I think we need to instead of spending money on all those fireworks, we should spend it to help feed our people and give them health care.
All right, Gloria, thanks so much for the call.
Gloria, thanks for frivolously expending our money on fireworks.
You know what we spent a lot of money this weekend on?
What's that?
The city of St. Louis to run a daycare. I feel sorry for our police department here inside the city of St. Louis. We've been dealing with, of course, a year ago, 4th of July, John, was just a circus in downtown St. Louis. We had what's called a street takeover that had taken place in downtown St. Louis this past year. This current year, the police came out and warned everybody, listen, if you're a juvenile and you're in downtown St. Louis after 9 o'clock, guess what? We're taking you to a detention center.
Ooh.
And over 40 youngsters were taken to a detention center for curfew violations in downtown St. Louis and parts of the city. They were taken to a reunification center where parents were cited, and they had to come back and pick up their kids. What's your thoughts on this?
I love it. you know, and it's going to continue until Labor Day in St. Louis. And look, juveniles are a major driver of crime in the city. Mm-hmm. And so having this curfew in place, enforcing it, and then holding the parents accountable for their kids being out too late and making the parents show up and pick the kids up and then pay a fine, I think it's going to have a really good effect on what's happening. And crime in the city is down. You know, it's the homicides are down 12%. Violent crime is down. All of that is good and moving in a positive direction.
Yeah, absolutely. But it just seems unbelievable that this is where we've gotten, that our police department then has to take a place for juveniles to be held in a detention center so that parents can come pick them up. I mean, what's happened that parents are just allowing youngsters to run around and roam the way they do? There was another issue that happened in South St. Louis, John, close to Wilmar Park in the St. Louis Hills neighborhood. 9 adults are in custody after police say they tried to carry out what authorities described as a large-scale street takeover. Okay.
9 adults?
Yes.
Adults.
A street takeover. Now, an adult is 18, right?
Yeah.
So I guess, some of us may consider them to still be kids.
I think it'd take more than 9 people to take over a street.
But what's the deal? What's exciting about all showing up in a neighborhood on a street, spinning your car wheels in circles? I just don't get why that is what's exciting for people to do these days.
Well, they get on social media and they coordinate and they say, hey, we're going to such and such street, we're going to take it over. Something that didn't exist 20 years ago, but it's all the rage these days, I suppose.
Remember when my progressive friends were really excited about we're going to put mental health folks out there and we're going to do some interference, some social workers.
Yeah.
Why don't we designate some of those types of folks to go deal with this kind of stuff rather than police officers having to go deal with it? Now, I get that police officers ultimately have to show up with the lights and the sirens and, send everybody scattering. But don't you think this would be a better way for us to use some of those social workers, et cetera, to scan online to see when people are going to get ready to have a takeover?
Well,
and then ultimately maybe squash something before it happens?
Yeah, I think law enforcement has been generally, it's not specific to St. Louis by any means, but I think law enforcement has been slow to the game as it relates to social media. And it's not, street takeovers, whatever, but all of the sex trafficking that's taking place online, police departments are, I think, getting there where they're monitoring and identifying and hopefully arresting bad actors that are coordinating their bad activities via social media.
Well, and we had that incident down in South St. Louis County not too long ago on June the 7th. I think it was 6-7 day, 6-7. That was
right.
Kids were going to get together at some Sky Zone or something for a party. And it got out of hand. As a result, they were able to monitor social media and see that this was going on. And I don't know, I had a friend of mine tell me that prison's full of people who told on themselves, and that's essentially what these folks are doing on social media when they say, hey, we're going to have a street takeover, show up here.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, not to change the subject, but to change the subject, we have a texter who has a question.
All right.
And the question is, hey, I'd love some advice on my arbovitae tree line. They are huge and have a few brown spots and branches. They are definitely healthy and not full grown, and we love the privacy they provide. I noticed they have, you know what, these text messages are horrible.
What is this, a garden hotline
Should
suddenly?
she leave them be? She's scared to lose the tree. So basically the bottom line here, she's got these arbovitae trees, and they've got some brown
What do you
spots.
know about those?
Well, if you want to save the arbovitae trees,
okay,
coffee grounds.
What?
You pour a little coffee grounds out there on the tree line,
Really?
And I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, when did this turn into the garden hotline? And what do you know about the garden? The last time you went out and pulled weeds in the background,
I water the
in
plants.
the backyard, I'm not sure it was the kind of weeds that were legal.
I water the plants, buddy.
You water the plants?
Yeah. I get the little hose out and water the plants. So I think you need to Google to the texter here. Google your arbovitae tree situation. I think coffee grounds are in order, but I could be wrong.
Well, there you go. Thank you for all your arborist advice there, John Hancock. Hey, and thank you to the St. Louis Police Department for their continued vigilance and then ultimately having to be babysitters of people whose kids really should be under control. Hopefully the consequences are going to start to sink that message in.
The incident level this year, so much better than last for the 4th of July.
Proactivity seems to be the most important thing. Hey, that's John Hancock. I'm Michael Kelley. When we come back, did you hear that President Trump weighed in on the FIFA soccer game?
I did.
The red card that went to the United States? Oh, yeah. He says he's taken a role in getting that suspended. We'll talk about that right here on KMOX.
All Access with Ollie Marble on the Gas House Gang.
I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group. This group fits my personality to a T. I love what we're doing. I love how we're going about it. I love the honest conversations. I love the grit. And there's been certain times where I've caught myself where bases are loaded, our back's up against the wall, and I can't help but smile. I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group.
Ollie Marble, Tuesdays at noon on KMOX.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal, or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
78 glorious degrees in downtown St. Louis. What a relief from what we were dealing with a week ago. A high today of 86, a low of 71. There's a chance of a shower potentially as the day goes on, but not likely. Weather has been sponsored by i3 Broadband. With the kids home for the summer, your house is a digital zoo of streaming and gaming. Switch to i3 Broadband and upgrade your summer. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade today because life runs better on fiber and i3 Broadband is here for you.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
For the last 33 years, you've discovered that at Banner Construction, we pride ourselves on quality craftsmanship. We believe the single most important decision homeowners must make when considering an exterior restoration project is who do you hire? At Banner, we provide well-engineered, meaningful, long-term solutions to transform your home into the pride of the neighborhood. Let us help you fall in love with your home all over again. Call 314-569-1050 or visit bannerconstruction.com and have a banner day.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals. And it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Get ready for our compact tractor event at Seidenstriger Nobe Partners in St. Charles, located off Veterans Memorial Parkway. Stop by July 9th through the 11th and check out our John Deere equipment. During this special event, receive an additional $1,000 off our sizzling hot summer discounts on select 1 through 5E 3-cylinder compact tractor packages. Get the details now at snpartners.com. Seidenstriger Nobe, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 7/11/2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers. Hamlin Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45. Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Red Barchetta.
Is that right?
Yeah, by Rush.
Red Barchetta?
Yeah.
Well, fitting song because we're going to talk about red cards. And that was the subject du jour coming out of the American game last week, John, that we won. Tonight, of course, the USA is taking on Belgium at 7 p.m.
One of the biggest games in soccer history.
At least for if you're a United States soccer fan, which I am. We're going to find out where people will be watching the game later, and if you will be conflicted between the Cardinal game or the U.S. soccer game, I won't. I'll be all down for soccer.
Oh, it's everything. We got Flavius Bologna is going to be playing, and he
John,
he got
you're
kicked
terrible.
out of the last game and stepped on the guy's foot.
Valerian Balogun, who
He's
received
back.
a red card, was suspended. News broke this week that President Trump called the president of FIFA and said, hey, this is an unjust call that's taken place. Now, many people thought that it was a little bit of a harsh penalty, but if you look at the true letter of the law, it was a red card.
It was ridiculous.
The problem
Give the
with
man
a
a
red
red
card that happens is once you receive a red card, you're excluded from participating in that game and the following game.
Should have gotten a yellow card on that thing, in my opinion.
Right.
As a soccer expert.
And President Trump felt the same way you did, John Hancock, called the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, the guy who gave him the FIFA Peace Prize.
Johnny Infantino.
And
Sounds
said
like
to
a mob
him,
boss.
He said, look, this is a problem. Valerian Balogun should be able to play in this game. So technically that winds up becoming an appeal, not from the U.S. men's soccer team, not from the coach.
Well, I'm
not
sure
from
the U.S. men's soccer team
Valerian
appealed.
Balogun, but from the president of the United States, the most powerful man on the planet, thought that it was his role to jump in the middle of this soccer stuff. And look, I am thrilled that our number one player is going to be
Number two
on.
player.
Well,
You're forgetting about Prilosek.
Kristen Pulisic is out there. But yes, I agree with you. He is our number one player. But this guy, in terms of performance, has shown to be our number one player as well. I guess it's a matter of semantics. He will be on the field this evening.
The pitch.
The president has taken credit for this because, of course, the president wants to be involved in everything. I'm thrilled this gentleman's going to be playing tonight. But, John, I'm exhausted. This president, come on, man. We got a war in Ukraine. We got a war in Iran. We got $4 gasoline.
Not anymore.
And as a result of everything that's going on, our president's, this is the stuff he's focused on.
Look, bully, I say. Bully. The president, not only has he ended 8 wars, Michael, he has now gotten old Baloney back on the pitch for the game against Belgium tonight.
Yeah, I guess, but it reminds me.
I think Baloney's going to score a goal.
It reminds me of what we've experienced during college football season when you had the governor of Louisiana getting involved in the hiring of the LSU football coach.
Yeah.
You had the governor, Tommy Tuberville in Alabama weighing in on what he'd like to see happen. Look, I get it. Politicians are sports fans in the same way that you and I are. It's their escape from life as well. But is it appropriate for the president of the United States? Is it appropriate for a governor to be involved in red card procedures or the hiring of football coaches? I mean, what are we doing? Are we not a serious country anymore? This is what we expect our politicians to be involved in?
I'm not a huge fan of Donald Trump.
Oh, good for you.
But I think it's cool. The president calls the head of FIFA, which is a pretty corrupt organization to begin with. And, and if he made the difference here, then all credit, I think, to Donald Trump on this deal.
So let's put the shoe on the other foot. Say this was one of the other players. Let's say it was Mbappe who had received this, and we were going to be playing Mbappe in France.
All right.
And Emmanuel Macron winds up calling the head of FIFA and says, look, this is an unjust red card. You need to reconsider this. I mean, this would be the president of France. Yes, it's absolutely absurd that he would be getting involved in sports, but it's just as, but I guess people expect it with Donald Trump. And this were to be reversed and it would have gone against the United States. You're okay with political figures being involved in sports?
Political figures get involved in
Saddam Hussein?
In labor strikes. Presidents have gotten involved in labor strikes and helped to, I don't see this being any different.
But this is a sporting event. A subjective call that happened on a field should be dealt with inside. So what's next? Is Donald Trump going to be weighing in on holding penalties inside the NFL this year?
I wish
Ronald Reagan. If I get upset that, Patrick Mahomes gets harshly tackled by the Detroit Lions, can I appeal to the president of the United States to reach out to Roger Goodell and see if he could weigh in on this? What are you doing?
I wish Ronald Reagan would have weighed in on Don Dinkinger back in 1985. I really don't have a problem with Donald Trump calling the head of FIFA. And I love the fact that Baloney, whatever his name is going to play tonight.
Okay, I get it. As a sports fan, I like to see a politician be fired up, engaged. Wanting to root. Although you conservatives had a problem with Madani getting involved in sports, just showing up and rooting was a problem to so many people. How can a socialist be a part of the NBA championship? Needless to say, he didn't weigh in with Adam Silver on particular calls. I mean, come on, dude. This is a dam that should not be broken.
I disagree.
The president of the United States should have nothing to do. But then again, they've been kowtowing to this president. Remember, because the president is obsessed with the fact that he couldn't get a peace prize
from the
Nobel people. Yeah. So FIFA made up a peace prize. So is it any surprise at all that Donald Trump would be weighing in on red cards, yellow cards, etc.?
Well, I think, here's something on almost all of us can agree on, that it's a good thing that old Bob Boney is going to be playing for the USA tonight against the Belgium.
Oh, John.
If we win this game.
His name is Valerian Balogun.
If we win this game, we go to the quarterfinals.
Right.
Now, the United States has only beaten one European team in the last 30 years in the World Cup. Did you know that?
No. Who was it?
Bosnia-Herzegovina. And they beat them twice.
By the way, I always thought it was Herzegovina, but it's Herzegovina?
Herzegovina.
Huh.
And we've beaten them twice, and that's the only European team we've ever defeated in the last 30-plus years. If we win tonight against Belgium, and I think it's safe to say that the U.S. is the underdog in this match tonight, it'll be the second European team we've beaten, and it'll be the second time in the last 30-plus years we've made it to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. So this is a big deal.
Should it not go our way this evening, should we be reaching out to President Trump and maybe Pope Leo to weigh in with FIFA that the Americans are being treated unfairly at these home games and that there was some poor call? You get what I'm saying?
Pretty sure that Pope Leo is for every team.
He's an American. Well, you Donald Trump. I mean, you would think the man has more things to worry about than weighing in on what's happening inside of FIFA. Why shouldn't the Pope maybe get involved and help make sure that the Americans are being treated fairly on the FIFA soccer field.
Buddy, the Pope's for everybody. I mean, that's the job. When you get to be the Pope, it's a tough job to get. A lot of applicants. Yeah, but once you get to be the Pope, you pretty much got to be for everybody.
Is that right?
That's what they say.
You have often made fun of soccer. You think it's boring, correct?
Let me tell you something. These guys fall on the ground, and they're grabbing their knees. Every one of them, they fall down and grab their knees. It's like me trying to get off the toilet, and it's I mean, I don't know. It just that's not very appealing to me.
But you're a cynical Sam as it relates to soccer. You think it's boring, 0-0 ties, blah, blah, blah.
I don't find it that particularly exciting.
Please tell me you've gotten just a touch of the soccer flu, like the rest of us in this World Cup, because it has been an entertaining World Cup.
Yeah.
It really has been enjoyable to see the Americans be able to compete, finally, move forward in the knockout stages, hopefully move forward again this evening, and it's happening on American soil. I would have thought that it would even get through your little cynical skin.
I don't know. I mean, I'm all for people who love this stuff. Go, root. But for me, I got Cardinals Brewers tonight.
Yeah.
You got the World Cup, and there's Hunter reruns on as well tonight.
Hunter Biden?
No, Hunter.
Oh.
Remember the show Hunter?
I do.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to choose from.
What was the actor's name from Hunter?
Fred Dyer, who was a defensive end for the Los Angeles Rams.
I actually knew that he played football for the L.A. Rams.
Yeah.
Hunter, I can't believe that even still has a repeat licensing
agreement. Good stuff, man. Back when people parted their hair down the middle.
He's John Hancock. I'm Michael Kelley. Let's step aside because when we come back, I got to ask you, did you see this?
I didn't.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Brian Adams is bringing the Roll with a Bunches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Brian Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Brian Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Brian Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here for FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KMOX. And I like to joke, and I say it all the time, like my work with FanDuel Sportsbook goes well beyond the time that it came online in Missouri. I used to have to travel to play. Not anymore. Now I get to play at home, and you can too, whether it's baseball season, whether it's hockey, basketball, football, and now soccer. On the biggest stage of the world, FanDuel is stepping up. They are changing the game because sometimes the player you've got gets subbed off and your bet goes off with them, but not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. Yeah, so that's right. So if your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it to the final whistle. No need to go anywhere. You just hang in there. You still got your shot. But visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to get yourself started. Super easy to do. And let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Just remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Markscores, because life is too short for boring radio. 104.1 FM KMOX. Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
John, did you see this?
What?
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got married over the weekend.
I did see that.
At Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
They estimate the cost could have been as much as $30 million for this private affair that took place inside MSG.
Small pittance.
And over 1,000 guests were invited to participate.
Yes.
We've got photos of all of the guests coming from and going from the party, but not a one photo has trickled out of MSG. I guess the folks weren't allowed to bring their phones in.
Well, the bride and groom have to, look at the photos first, and then they pick the ones.
Pretty impressive, though, that two of the most well-known people on the planet had a marriage, a wedding ceremony inside of MSG, the world's auditorium. We didn't really know about it until about 24 hours before it happened, so 1,000 people had been invited.
Yeah.
None of them broke the silence on that.
Yeah,
None
who
of them
wasn't?
were who?
You know who wasn't invited?
Ivanka Trump.
No.
Who?
So the entire roster of the Kansas City Chiefs and former Kansas City Chiefs were all invited to the wedding.
Oh, Harrison Butker.
Harrison Butker was not invited to the
Yeah, but he had said some rude things about Taylor Swift and maybe had retweeted some of the things
about Taylor
President
Swift?
Trump had said.
Oh.
Harrison Butker has strong feelings on the roles women should play.
Right.
And obviously Taylor has been very opinionated. Even President Trump, which... There we are again. He weighed in on what he thought of the wedding. Guess we didn't get to find out what Barack Obama and Joe Biden thought of the wedding. But regardless, I digress. At the end of the day, it just was shocking to me that you can have 1,000 people from Tom Brady to the Kardashians. Everybody was there, and no pictures emerged from the ceremony.
What do you think the over-under is on the length of this marriage?
I think it goes the distance.
You do?
I don't think that this Taylor Swift is a fake human. I think she is really bought into the life, and she makes very detailed and well thought out decisions. And I have to imagine that this one goes the distance.
So Trav, he's going to play probably just one more year.
You'd think.
And he's what, 38 years old, 37, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is getting up there for a pro football player. He's going to retire, and she's going to keep singing. At some point, she's going to stop singing.
Not likely. Dolly Parton's still singing. She's in her 80s.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know. I mean, I would be shocked. I would be surprised if the marriage goes the distance. But, we'll see.
Well, I hope it goes the distance.
More importantly, on the text line.
Did I see this?
Yeah, I saw this on the text line.
Okay.
We had the question about the Acrobuglia tree or whatever it was.
His name is Phalerin Balagan.
No, the arborvitas, I think.
Yeah, the arborvitas. And now we have this from the text line. How much can I cut my weeping willow tree back? It seems to be getting into my rose garden. Well, now that's a fine question. So the weeping willow, as you know, Michael, they have the branches.
It may be the ugliest tree out there.
I love it. We had one in the backyard.
Oh, they're nasty.
I love the weeping willow. Scott Joplin wrote a rag called Weeping Willow. Anyway, what happens, of course, is you get these branches that droop over, and they start hitting the ground. And in this poor, unfortunate listener's lawn, the weeping willow has gotten onto the rose garden, which you don't like. Now, you can always turn the rose garden into a patio, but let me just say that you can trim the weeping willow, I would say, no more than 18 inches.
Yeah.
So you get that thing about 18 inches off the ground. Keep it away from. Now, if your rose garden is a couple feet tall, you can get away with, if you're very careful, 36 inches.
Yep.
On the limbs. But you don't want to go much more than that because you don't want to kill the poor weeping willow that's out there weeping in your yard and looking very nice. Michael thinks it's ugly. It's not.
I think they're very ugly.
It's not.
Because their branches go all the way down to the ground.
It's a
it winds
beautiful
up
tree.
killing a lot of the grass that's underneath them.
It's a beautiful tree.
And it just, I don't know. It seems to me that it's depressing. It doesn't have that uplifting feeling. I feel like it's the start of some type of a murder mystery every time I see a weeping willow.
No, they're beautiful. And if you have kids, what a great fort the weeping willow can make. And so let me encourage you. You want to protect the rose garden. I would say 36 inches is probably the most I would go, but I think you can get away with it.
Did you see this, John Hancock? There was a England versus Mexico soccer game yesterday in Mexico City. Azteca Stadium, one of the premier stadiums on the planet. And we had all of the Brits and Mexican teams were there. The days leading up to that game, Mexican citizens were searching out where they thought the British were staying overnight and taking fireworks and exploding them nonstop to try to keep these soccer players up so that they wouldn't get a good night's rest. Could you imagine, if when the Cubs come to town, if people just went out there with noise, air horns, etc., and just wound up blowing air horns all night to keep the Cubs up?
What a fascinating concept.
I think they did that in World War II.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird,
Pacific
though,
Theater,
right?
Yeah.
Launch bombs all night to keep them
People are
awake.
this invested that they go and blow
the
up fireworks.
president. What country was it that we blasted the music and finally drove him crazy and we arrested him?
Was that Panama?
I think it was
Noriega?
Yeah, Noriega. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that is quite a way to keep people up. But or you can just call up the head of FIFA and say, "Look, I think the Brits ought to have loud music the whole time they're sitting there."
You got a problem with this whole Donald Trump intervention thing.
I have a problem with politicians involved in sports, period. And it's not exclusive to Donald Trump. I'm watching it happen in the NCAA as it relates to hiring of football coaches. It just shouldn't happen.
So you would have a problem, and this actually happened with Richard Nixon calling plays for the Washington Redskins back in the 1970s.
What?
Richard Nixon. George Allen was the coach of the Washington Redskins. Richard Nixon was calling plays. I mean, he drew up a play, and George Allen ran it.
Well, that's interesting. I guess I'd have a problem with a politician calling in to a live game and saying, run this, option play. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be a big fan of that. But somebody phoning in, hey, I think you ought to use this as a play, and then they wound up using it later in the week.
Somebody wants to know
fine.
if they have weeping willows at the White House.
Well, we don't have time for that one.
Well, we don't, but let me say they do not have weeping willows at the White House.
Because it's an ugly tree.
We'll be back after this on KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friend Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. Stewie, I think this is going to be a strange season for real estate. Just kind of feel it in my gut. What can people do apropos of their mortgage to put themselves in a better position to get that house?
You know what, Dave, that's a great question. There's a bidding wars that are going to happen this spring. You want to get the house. This is how you're going to make things better. Number one, we give you the power of the pre-approval letter. That means you can go into our portal and generate the letter and edit it for any amount you want up to the amount you're approved without chasing the loan officer. Number two, the bagel loan, no closing costs, no title fees, no lender fees, no appraisal fees. It's a bagel. Bagel looks like a zero, easy to remember. Add that money you would normally pay onto your bid and beat the other offers out. And you know what? The third thing is we can close fast. 10 days. They're going to look away at the other offers because most lenders take as much as 30 days to get done.
You can call or text Stewie at his personal cell phone, 314-324-4440, or you can Google the bagel loan, NMLS 226715.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 10 o'clock, we have partly sunny skies, 79 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. The 4th of July holiday was the first weekend of an expanded youth curfew in St. Louis City and also the date of a widely advertised street takeover.
A street takeover is using cars to do burnouts, to do donuts, to potentially engage in illegal behavior.
St. Louis Police spokesman Mitch McCoy tells KMOX enforcement units circled participants in the Wilmore Park area near Hampton and Jameson.
And we knew that they were going to be going to other parts of the city. What we were able to do was stop them in their pre-meet location where they can gather, come up with their plans, and figure out, where they want to take over a street.
9 adults and 4 juveniles taken into custody. Police also seized vehicles and guns. An additional 43 youth were taken to a reunification center after being picked up for curfew violations Friday and Saturday nights in downtown and downtown west. Police say the majority live outside the city. Forget about seeing bears riding trikes and other such animal acts in Illinois. It's now against the law. Here's Bernie Tafoya.
Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed into law legislation expanding Illinois' ban on traveling animal acts. The new law took effect last week and now includes lions, tigers, bears, and primates. Mark Ayers of Humane World for Animals told the Tribune he saw 2 monkeys dressed in children's clothing riding on the backs of dogs at the Sangamon County Fair last year, and that it was clear the monkeys were scared. He was among those who worked to get the new law passed. The state's Traveling Animals Act already banned elephants in traveling shows and circuses. Bernie Tafoya, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
St. Louis native Tim Ream ready to lead the U.S. men's national soccer team into a World Cup battle against Belgium tonight in Seattle.
They can be very ruthless in their their attack and their finishing, and that's something that we obviously have to pay attention to.
Ream is captain of the U.S. team. He says communication on the squad remains high and expects that to carry over from practice to tonight's game. The World Cup has been a bonanza not only for the North American cities hosting the matches, but for gambling.
Kalshi, the biggest of the prediction markets, saw more than $31 billion in volume in June, compared with $18 billion in May. Dune Analytics says that since the beginning of World Cup competition, Kalshi has handled $1 billion a day. Polymarket, which watched its volume fall in April and May, saw trading of $10.8 billion in June. By the way, France is Kalshi's odds-on favorite to win the 2026 World Cup. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Today will be partly sunny. We'll also have a spotty afternoon thunderstorm with a high of 86. Then we end up clear to partly cloudy with a low of 72 tonight. Some sun will be around again tomorrow and Wednesday, along with a spotty afternoon thunderstorm each day. High 86 tomorrow and 89 Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Partly sunny skies, 78 degrees in Florissant. It's 80 in St. Peters, 79 downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door Summer Tune-Up. Plus, score a free repair or replacement quote and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. Chris and Amy now. The Dave Glover Show at 1 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Happy Monday, St. Louis. It's Hancock and Kelley sitting in for Chris and Amy. No worries. They return tomorrow from their
about that?
Extended vacation.
They'll be rested and ready and raring to go.
Yeah, last I heard, Amy was going to swing into Greenland, check it out before she returned back to the United States.
What a whirlwind this trip has been for Amy Markscore.
And I believe Ranj may be sitting on his couch and, enjoying some nice cool weather. And he also deals with what many of the texters are accusing me of having, called Trump derangement syndrome.
A little TDS.
Because I am talking about the fact that President Trump weighed in on the red card, John.
Yeah.
I have Trump derangement syndrome. Need I point out that the most powerful human being on the planet literally just had a press conference inside of the Oval Office where he said, I, in fact, did weigh in. With FIFA on the red card. But commenting on it means that you have Trump derangement syndrome. So keep those texts coming, 314-436-7900. You can call in. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, you can listen to us on the Odyssey app.
You can.
104.1 FM. You can listen to us on the OG 1120 AM. And then at Chris and Amy on Twitter and all the other socials.
I am delighted that the president weighed in on the red card. Because the guy shouldn't, our guy, what's his name, Balabans, he should not have gotten a red card.
Balagan.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah.
He should not have gotten a red card.
No, I'm probably not. Well, maybe the letter of the law was a red card.
Whatever team we were playing the other day.
It probably shouldn't have held up. So anyway, that's fine. Where will you be watching the game this evening?
Well, I've got many options, Michael. You can go down to
Ballpark Village.
Yeah, they probably have the Cardinal game on.
No, they're going to have the soccer game.
They're going to have the Cardinal game on.
But I imagine they're going to have both on. But
Let's get somebody on from Ballpark Village. And
I made some phone calls and didn't get any answers.
My suspicion will be for the hour and a half of the soccer game.
You got the big screen there.
They will have the soccer game on and probably the soccer audio. Because this is once every 4 years. A Cards Brewers game is going to happen 5 times this week alone, much less once every 4 years.
So you got the big screen out there. Let me posit this. They got this thing now.
Yeah.
I just discovered it the other day on my very own television set.
Do tell.
Multi-view.
Ooh.
You could put up to 4 things on my television at the same time.
Yeah, but you only need 2 tonight. You need the St. Louis Cardinal game.
I'm gonna posit that they're going to do a multi-view on that big screen. Half of it is going to be the Cards versus the Brewers. Who we got tonight? McGreevy on the mound tonight, probably.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then you're going to have the USA versus Belgium on the other half of that screen. That's what I think is going to happen.
Got Dustin May tonight, by the way.
Dustin May.
Dustin May.
Where else might you? We'd love to know where you're going to be watching the soccer game tonight. Will you be doing it with your family at home? Maybe you're going to be one of those hardcore soccer fans that's going to go out to the Amsterdam right there in South City.
That place will be packed.
Close to Tower Grove Park. They take over the street.
They do. How many people does that place hold?
I don't know, but I understand in previous games they've shut down the street in front of the saloon. And it's really become one of the staples of St. Louis soccer and leading the fight to bring soccer to St. Louis
for years
and
years.
To keep it in the memory of folks because, this is quite a soccer town, St. Louis is.
Yeah.
Hancock.
I mean, I go back to the days of the Berkeley Bombers. And, let me tell you, those were some well-attended games.
By the way, I went to the Bridgeton 4th of July parade 2 days ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Bridgeton.
And the Pattonville, I thought of you because the Pattonville
marching band
was there.
I was a member of that.
Were you really? What did you play?
Drums.
Is that right?
Until I got kicked out.
So one of the things I noticed about I want to get back to that in a second, but one of the things I noticed about the Pattonville marching band, they had several females that were on the drum line.
Yeah.
And I remember, at least when I was in high school, I don't ever remember any of the girls getting to be on the drum line. It was always the dudes. I thought it was kind of cool that they had females on the drum line.
Well, girls can play the drums.
Yeah.
I mean, the new drummer for Rush is a female from Germany.
Yep. Is that right?
That's right.
So you played the drums. Were you in the Pattonville marching band for how long? How many years?
Well, let's see.
4?
Sophomore year.
Okay,
no, I was
great.
not. No, I was still in junior high. So it would be, So no. Sophomore year, I was in the marching band. Junior year. Sophomore year was Mr. Campbell.
Okay.
Great band leader.
All right.
Then we had Mr. Schur, junior year, and he invited me to leave the marching band.
Really? Mm-hmm. What, did you fail to show up to practice? Because
no,
I would imagine there's a lot of practice for a marching band.
Well, the problem is that the drums is the one instrument in the marching band where you have nothing in your mouth. And so I exercise my vocal capabilities, I guess, too often for the taste of the band leader.
Yeah. Drummers are to be seen and not heard.
Yeah. And so he asked me to leave and added on the way out the door that I had no musical ability.
Oof.
That's what he said.
Well, who would have thought? And look at you now. Now you've become Mr. Ragtime player. Hey, another place that would be great to go see the soccer game tonight is the Pitch, just there south of the new soccer stadium, attached to Union Station. I imagine that's going to be full.
Are they having people at Energizer Park?
I don't know about tonight. I did not hear anything about tonight.
Listen, if they get past this round, it's just going to, this is going to be nuts, John. You're going to be watching this tonight.
It's going to
I'm going to host a little soiree at my house.
Are you now?
I'm thinking I'm going to go get some Italian salsiccia.
Ooh.
I'm going to grill those up.
Ooh.
And maybe some coleslaw.
I haven't had a salsiccia.
And a nice cold beer.
Salsiccia.
A nice cold beer. Now, John,
salsiccia.
You and I were visiting with Tom Ackerman prior to today's show.
Yeah.
He cooked something called beer can chicken.
He did. I saw a
picture. Had you ever heard of it?
Never heard of it before.
So what he explained is you go and you buy a whole chicken.
Yeah.
One that's, with its head off and it's, head of feathers taken off.
Yeah, and you're not a live
and you
chicken.
get yourself a can of beer.
Yeah.
And he said what you do is you marinate it with spices, etc.
Yeah.
And then you put the carcass of the chicken on top of a half can of beer.
Yeah, it's actually the chicken's booty. You put the chicken's booty on top of the beer.
Okay, and then you plug it up and
you plug it up with a clove of a whole. What do you call it? A thing of garlic.
Clove of garlic, and then you allow the heat and stuff to cook the chicken. Evaporate the beer into the chicken.
The beer goes into the chicken.
And he says it's just a masterful way to eat chicken.
I'll be darned.
I never heard of it myself.
So
either.
You put the chicken on the beer.
Chicken.
You plug the top of the chicken with a clove of garlic. The beer goes by, it diffuses, I think it is the word, into the chicken.
Yeah.
So you got beer coming up the butt, you got garlic coming down the head, all of it meets together in the middle, the spices burst on the scene, the chicken is in the grill, and voila.
Do you think it matters what kind of beer you use? Like, is it important to use Budweiser, or could you go with more of a stout or a Guinness?
I don't think you'd want to do that.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lager. You want the lager in the chicken's butt, and then that, Now, the lager itself, you can go with the craft brewery. Go with one of these, what do you call them? The Chestnut Brewing or
Urban Chestnut or Schlafly or one of your local
put a little Schlafly up the butt of the chicken, and then you got voila.
Yeah. Well, I'm half tempted to try beer can chicken.
You're going to have to do
it. But it sounds pretty elaborate. I think it's something you'd want to learn from somebody prior to.
You don't have a grill, buddy. I hate to tell you.
Well, yeah, I got a grill out there outside. It's a communal grill at my building.
Ooh, I wouldn't use a communal grill. You never know what's been on that thing.
Well, you don't want to. The problem with grilling for something for the first time is it can be an expensive experiment of failure.
Well,
you don't want to go buy a chicken and a beer can and then try to do something that Tom Ackerman told you about at 7:30.
What does a chicken cost
in the morning?
If I go to the store and buy a chicken, is that
a lot more expensive than it used to cost? I can tell you that. Everything's gone up.
$12 for a chicken?
Oh, I think it's got to be more than that. Although, if you go to these places, can't you get rotisserie chickens where they're already cooked?
Yeah,
under $10.
$10?
Oh, under $10, like 7 or 8. I would say
$8. So if you're buying it before it's been rotisseried, so you don't have the labor cost involved there, I'm thinking you can get a chicken for about $6.
Well, why
$6.99 is going to be my guess.
What if you were to buy a rotisserized chicken, and you just took a can of beer and put it on top of the chicken on top of it?
I don't think it's the same.
And then
effect.
you bring it into your family and you say, "Look, I made you beer can chicken today."
No, that's not the same thing, Michael.
Why?
Well, because the beer needs to diffuse up the chicken's butt, and that's the way it works the best.
Well, I may give it a shot. Otherwise, I'll be cooking up some Cizica tonight. We'd love to know where you're going to see the soccer game tonight.
I am going to buy Cizica this afternoon. I'm going to join. I'm not joining you at your house.
No,
I'm going to join you.
You're welcome to
with a Cizica dinner.
And we would love to hear from anyone at Ballpark Village how they're going to reconcile tonight's game.
Multi-view.
Will they be having the audio of the USA game? Will it be the Cardinal game? Where's the best place to go see the soccer game tonight? The USA and Belgium. It's going to be a huge game. And don't forget, Farrell and Balogun will be playing as a result of the intervention of the President of the United States. Whew, what isn't it great to be an American?
It is. I love being. We just celebrated. We're now 250 year. We're on our 251st year as a country now.
That's John Hancock. I'm Michael Kelley. You're listening to the Grace and Amy Show on KMOX.
This month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, bone cancer. Dr. Angela Herbie.
New pain that's persistent and unexplained, or any lump that's bigger than the size of a golf ball should raise concern and trigger someone to talk to their doctor. And if you notice a lump, this is especially true if that lump is starting to grow and change size quickly, as in over weeks.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress. But one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Freedom 250. Join the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America July 1st through July 7th across St. Louis as we celebrate America's 250-year legacy with free concerts. No tickets required. Details at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less
at 3-day kitchen and bath.
Welcome back to the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX. You're going to want to stick around today for the Gas House
Yes.
game, because normally it's Tuesday that Ollie shows up.
Yeah.
The manager of the Cardinals, but the Cardinals have a day game tomorrow.
That's appointment radio.
So
with
he's
Ollie Marmol.
moving it up to noon today. So if you want to hear
Ollie Marmol today,
right here on KMOX for the Gas House Gang. So to get you ready for soccer and this important series up in Milwaukee.
No, it's here.
What do you mean it's here?
It's that series.
Oh, that game is. Those games are here.
They're here.
Oh my goodness.
That's why the Ballpark Village thing was such a big question. That the game's taking place across the street from Ballpark Village.
Oh my. Well,
Yeah.
I may have to reconsider what they're going to be showing at Ballpark
these
Village.
final two series of this most massively important home time before the All-Star break. The last two series are at home against the Brewers and Braves.
Hey, and one of the side projects that we have here at Hancock and Kelley, we put together America Revisited, which is a look back 13-episode podcast that my friend John Hancock put together of history around the 250th anniversary of our country. Should you want to listen to that, you can download the Odyssey podcast of the Odyssey app, and you can pull it up right there, America Revisited. Or you can go to the Google or the Apple stores or the podcast stores and just put in America Revisited. And it will pop up. Hancock and Kelley's 13 episodes. I promise you, it's not political. There's no Trump derangement syndrome. It's really just a reflection on our great country and this region, John, as we celebrate 250 years.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. We've got one last episode to record. We'll be doing that this week, and then all 13 will be in the can, as they say.
In the can, beer can chicken, potentially. Now, you, my friend, have been in appliance hell.
Oh. So, 1993.
Year I graduated from high school.
I moved into our first home right there on Debonair Drive. And
much like your hair.
We went over to Getterker's Superstore. And because they're closed on Sundays.
Right.
Because it's the Lord's Day.
It's the Lord's Day.
And I thought, let's patronize Getterker's Superstore.
Yes.
So we went and we picked out a refrigerator.
Okay.
And brought it home proud. First house, first refrigerator that I bought. Had one in the apartment.
One with the ice cube
yes,
maker?
Yeah,
on
it had an ice
door.
cube maker. And we installed that sucker there on Debonair Drive. And I was enjoying the ice cubes and the water coming out of the little thing. And about a week in, it stopped working. The water thing. And the ice cube thing.
Ooh.
And so we had a guy come out, and he fixed it. And it worked for approximately 2 more weeks. And then it broke again. So we bought a house in Chesterfield some years thereafter, and we moved that refrigerator. Hasn't made an ice cube in over 20 years. And recently, sad to say, that poor old lemon of a refrigerator stopped refrigerating.
Bit the dust?
Stopped. I've never had a refrigerator die on me before.
Couldn't even move it to the garage just to hold beer.
The refrigerator in the garage is incredible.
Right.
It's incredible. And this thing has got to
been
be
around since the 1960s, I bet.
It's unbelievable. It's a Frigidaire for those playing along at home. And so we've moved everything to the garage, and we are
in acquisition mode, are you?
We are. And then over the weekend.
All right.
The dishwasher stopped washing dishes. And so there I am in my kitchen, Michael. I've got a refrigerator that doesn't refrigerate and a dishwasher that doesn't wash, thereby setting me back approximately $3,000.
Well,
and because the dishwasher doesn't wash, and because we apparently use a lot of dishes, I had a full dishwasher that was beginning to smell. And then accumulated dishes over the next couple of days.
Right.
And my wife, she's been getting her.
My
wife's been getting her father's house ready to sell, and so she's never home. She's doing that thing.
Right.
I took it upon myself to hand wash.
Nice.
Approximately 40 utensils.
So in fact, the dishwasher still works.
Yes.
Name's now is John Hancock rather than Maytag.
40 utensils, maybe more. 8 large plates, 9 small plates, 6 bowls.
Okay.
2 small bowls. 18 coffee mugs, 17 glasses, and then a skillet, a pot, and a pan.
Okay.
That's what I did yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, as you start the acquisition of the refrigerator is necessary. It's not something you can wait months for. You have to have a refrigerator.
You do.
I would imagine you'll be hustling off to the appliance store, maybe even as soon as this afternoon.
I believe the CEO has already procured both a refrigerator and a dishwasher.
Do you think she got a 2-for-1? Like, did you? Because when you buy 2 appliances, think about that. The company that brings them in and installs them, they're kind of getting a bonus deal here, right? They got 2. They're going to sell 2 products, and they're going to install them all at once.
We're not using the proprietor to install the equipment.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it. You're on your own.
Me?
Yeah.
No. Rob
is going to take care of it?
Yep, Rob's going to take care of it.
We all know that you're not the handiest guy. I'm impressed that you wound up being able to wash the dishes.
And so I had a whole system, buddy. It was a beautiful thing. So I now know I can fit 13 coffee mugs in my sink. So here's what you do. You rinse them out first. And if they got coffee scum, then you squeegee that out with a wash rag. Then you place them into the sink. You squirt 1 drop of dishwasher fluid into each of the 13 cups.
Okay.
And then you get the hose thing out of the sink, whoosh, and you put the hot water on, and you run the water in each one of those cups. You let them overflow.
Impressive.
Then you take a break and check your email, and then you come back and rinse them out and put them away. That's what I did.
We see you're lucky because both failed at the same time. So because I don't know about you, but growing up,
lucky,
yeah, we had a time or two where the dishwasher went out. When you have 8 people living in a house, the amount of dishes going through a dishwasher, those things go through pretty quick. And I can remember weeks, maybe months at a time, where the dishwasher had broken and we were unable to have acquired one yet, where the dishwasher was me or my sister or others.
Or a team.
You could have gone and you could have been washing dishes. Heck, it's just you and Georgianne at the house anymore.
Well, and Dad.
Is it really that important for you to get an electronic dishwasher? Or could you just kind of keep this routine going where you were to hand wash, because you know they're going to get done properly if you're behind.
I saw something the other night I've never seen before.
What is that?
We're at the Very Nice Pearsons for the 4th of July.
Great people.
And they've got 2 dishwashers in the kitchen.
Those are wealthy folks.
So, no. But
2 dishwashers, that's wealthy.
So you put your dirty dishes in, they get washed out. They get washed out. And then you got another dishwasher that you put the next round of dirty dishes in. They get washed out. Then when you need clean dishes, you go to the first dishwasher. You don't have to put anything in the cabinet. It's brilliant. This is a brilliant idea.
Did you ever work in a restaurant when you were a kid? Were you a dishwasher?
I worked in the cafeteria at Graham Hall, and I was in charge of the dishes.
Yeah. Here's my question: how come their dishwashers at a restaurant 3-4 minutes of heavy wash? Those things are clean. When I do my dishes at home, it takes an hour and a half for the whole dishwasher to run its whole cycle.
Well, yeah.
How come I get one of those type of dishwashers they have at a restaurant in my house that in 3 minutes your dishes are clean?
Money.
When you're acquiring 2 dishwashers, those are rich people. Those are really rich. If you can afford 2 dishwashers, goodness gracious.
Dishwashers aren't that expensive.
How do those people live? That's how the other half lives. I want to know more about these nice Pearsons. He's John Hancock. I'm Michael Kelley. When we come back, we're going to talk to Paulie.
Can't wait.
After this on the Mighty Mox.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Every day starts the same way, and then it goes wherever it wants.
Life doesn't stop for Cardinals baseball. It just kind of runs alongside it. Dave Glover here from the Dave Glover Show. We're talking real life, real stuff, and yes, a lot of Cardinals along the way, because that's how fans actually live it. It's just like happy hour, man. We get together every day from 1 to 5. We have fun, we laugh, we commiserate, we complain. DGS 1 to 5.
The Dave Glover Show at 1, and then Cardinals baseball. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
80 degrees in downtown St. Louis. There's a chance there might be a sprinkle tonight around the soccer time. Starts about 7 o'clock. Keep an eye on it. It won't be much. We got a low of 71. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful day as well, a high of 85.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 Liberty. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
See website for details. MyFastCash.com is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
The mechanic called. The repair's going to be $750.
Oh, we got rent and the car payment. On top of groceries, gas, and other bills. We don't have an extra $750 right now.
We could try MyFastCash.com. When short on expenses, you can go to MyFastCash.com and could get money as soon as the next day.
MyFastCash.com?
Yes, they can connect you to one of the largest lender networks, and you can get a loan even with bad credit. We could be approved for up to $5,000 fast.
$5,000? That must be a long process.
Nope, approval can happen in just a few minutes right from your phone, and funds could hit our account by tomorrow.
If you have a regular source of income and a bank account, you could be approved for up to $5,000, even with bad credit history. And the cash can hit your bank account the next day.
Honey, I'm going to MyFastCash.com right now.
Thank goodness.
If you need extra cash, go to MyFastCash.com. That's MyFastCash.com. MyFastCash.com.
Loan availability, approval, and funding times vary. Terms apply.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers.
Hamlin Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Walker swings and he hits it deep. That goes to left field. It's a gunner! The All-Star gives the Cardinals a 3-2 lead in the 6th inning, tagging the reliever Ferguson.
Yo, Paulie! Paulie's a great name. Yo, Paulie! What'd you do for Paulie? Anything?
Me, Paulie, I was responsible.
Paulie, we're here because of you.
He is the host of KMOX's Sports Open Line, the Red Bird Rush Hour, and the Cardinals pregame and postgames. He's none other than Matt Paulie. Hey, Matthew, how are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you guys doing this morning?
Fine. This is a great Monday in that, first of all, it's going to start here in about an hour and a half. We have Ollie on a Monday. We've got the division-leading Milwaukee Brewers in town. We have 5 games that we can take them on to make an impact. And the United States soccer team, all happening on a Monday. What a way to start a week.
There you go. If you have to live through a Monday, you might as well live through that version of a Monday.
So I remember the last time you and I spoke last week, we were talking about the significance of this 14-game stretch before the All-Star break. On the road, the Cardinals go 4-2. That's really good, Matt.
It's fantastic. And I can't tell you how many times this season they've been in a funk. People are saying this is the beginning of the end, and then this team just comes and punches their way out of it. And I remain open to the idea that at some point in time, maybe this team does start to legitimately fall off. But they haven't shown it yet, and every single time people think that this is the moment where it's happening, they go and do something pretty remarkable. Going 4-2 through Atlanta and Chicago is awesome. And now they've got Milwaukee and Atlanta again before you get to the All-Star break. 5 games against Milwaukee is going to be tough. That's a really, really good Brewers team. When these two teams last played in Milwaukee back in late May, that was a 3-game sweep. That final game was one of the most challenging, toughest losses of the year for the team. That was the game that Dustin May had carried a no-hitter through 7, and then it just all kind of went away for him. So it's a really, really good Brewers team, but it's going to be a fun test. It's going to be a fun next 4 days, 5 games, 4 days at Busch Stadium, and hopefully people get out and enjoy it.
Talking about Dustin May, he takes the rubber this evening for the Redbirds. His last 2 starts have been very rough. Is he dealing with, I know he had some back issues after the complete game. Are they still lingering, or was what we just witnessed an anomaly?
No, so the back issues, according to the team, are not a thing anymore. So he had that amazing start against San Diego, complete game, 1-hitter, and then he tried to pitch the next game against Kansas City, and that's where the back tightness came in, and his body he put himself through a lot physically to be able to pitch that game against San Diego, and then his last time out was when he got hit in the ankle by a line drive, and he was just never the same after. Now, although, to be fair, he was not overly effective before he got hit in the ankle by the line drive. So it's not 100% connected to that, but he came in over the next 2 days and felt really good. They've moved him up a day, so because he only threw however many, 30 pitches, 25 pitches, whatever it was in that game where he got hurt in the ankle, because he barely threw any pitches that game, they moved him up a day. So that tells you how they feel about his health, that they're not just sitting back and letting him take his next spot in the rotation. They actually moved him up a day to get him in there today.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see that thanks to that 17-1 victory on Friday over the Cubs, the Cardinals now have a positive run differential for the season. But it is remarkable that we are where we are in the third wild card slot and haven't had a positive run differential for most of the season.
Yeah, and I think that's a credit to Oliver Marmol, because I think one of his greatest strengths is resource allocation, and that's where the games that you have a really good chance of being able to win, you allocate your resources for, and then the games that you're probably not going to win, sometimes I don't want to use the term punt on it, but essentially that's what you're doing, and maybe that goes a little bit in the wrong direction, and you're able to sit here with their record being 7 games over 500 with a plus 13 run differential. That's still very good. I mean, that's the Pythagorean thing that you do based off what your record should be based off run differential. The Cardinals are outplaying their run differential even at the plus 13. So that's been a thing that they've done really over the last few years. They always outplay their run differential, and I really think it comes back to knowing when to go for it and not when not to go for it.
Jordan Walker, of course, found out he made the All-Star game, and how did he answer? He put a 20th in the seats yesterday.
Yeah, that was awesome, and he's hot again. And he was not hitting extra base hits for about 2 weeks. He was still hitting for average, but he was only getting singles. And then all of a sudden, over the last week or so, it started in Atlanta, his hometown. He was able to hit a home run there in that series, and then he hits the 3-run shot yesterday that tied the game temporarily. So that's really good to see from him. That slump maybe, and if you want to. Let me rephrase. It wasn't a slump. That power outage, we'll go with that. That maybe lasted a little bit longer than some of the other ones we have seen, but the fact that he's come out of it is really good.
The bottom of the rotation, talking about Andre Palante and Kyle Leahy, have been very impressive. Leahy of late, Palante all season. That's got to be a real encouraging sign, and it looks to me like they might be part of the future for this team.
Yeah, and I was one that I was a little bit out on Andre Palante after his season last year, and I give him all the credit in the world for going into the offseason, working on that kick change. They've worked very hard this year at making sure that he has the correct pitch mix, and he has become somebody that you can trust and rely on. And then I think the Kyle Leahy story is awesome, because for a while, this is the guy, he was, there was that period where it was Leahy and Liberatore. What are these guys doing in the rotation? Both these guys should be in the bullpen. And for different reasons, both guys have responded to a certain extent, but I think Leahy's response has been even more significant when you look at what he has done really since the start of June. So we're going just a little bit more than a month now. He's been really good, and I think it's a credit to him. It's credit to the organization for sticking with him over his last let's see, over his last 6 starts, he's he has a 3.86 ERA. So I like what we've seen from Kyle Leahy. I still think the jury's out on him a little bit. I don't think you crown him quite yet, but it's been very good to see what Leahy's done.
Yeah, and he's now exceeded his pitch limit, or innings pitched limit that he's had throughout the last several seasons. Any concern about, wear and tear down the stretch?
Yes, and they are going to, at some point in time, he's going to reach an innings pitch that they're not going to want to take him past. They have not openly stated where they're at, but I think at some point this season, you're going to have to start pumping the brakes with him a bit. There was a game earlier this year where he had pitched pretty well through, I think, 6 innings, and Ollie was asked in postgame, hey, did you think about bringing him out for a 7th? And Ollie said, look, there's going to be a point where we're up against a wall with what we're comfortable with him throwing this year, so pushing him for another inning here did not make sense. So the organization has not publicly stated at what point in time they're going to adjust what they're doing with Leahy. But yeah, I think for sure that is something that is on their radar and they are being very careful with, and that's going to become a storyline at some point down the stretch. He's at 86 innings right now. Last year was his career high at 88 innings, so he's basically at what he's at last year, and we're not even to the All-Star break. And there is a number that you don't want to cross in terms of added innings on a pitcher from one year to the next. If you go past a certain number, then all of a sudden the increase for something like Tommy John surgery, the increase for a very ineffective next season starts to go up as well. So they know what they're doing and they're going to be careful, but don't be shocked if don't be shocked if maybe around the All-Star break they adjust the rotation and maybe he comes back towards the end of the rotation at the All-Star break. Don't be shocked if they skip a start here, skip a start there. Don't be shocked if maybe he goes 5 innings one day when he looks really good through 5. Things like that will probably start happening with Leahy.
Anytime the All-Star break comes around, the next conversation winds up turning to the trade deadline, and that's about a month away. This is supposed to be a team that's in a rebuilding season. Are we still rebuilding? Are we buyers? Are we sellers? What's it look like?
I think that question will answer itself when we get closer to it. You don't have to make any decision right now, and I don't think they're going to be big time sellers. If they're even, no matter where they're at, could they add a small piece here, a small piece there in order to shore up an area on the roster? I guess so, but I still think it's early for that conversation, and I think where they're at record-wise, the week leading into the trade deadline will answer that question.
Yeah, and regardless of what the team's record dictates at that point, I think there's a reasonable possibility that the Cardinals are going to deal Lars Nootbaar, because we've got something of a glut in the outfield and a lot of clamoring for Javier Baez to come up. What do you think the odds of Nootbaar being dealt are?
Yeah, I think it's more than 50%. But if he doesn't get moved, it wouldn't shock me. But I do think at some point in time, you've got Baez doing what he has done this year at AAA, and he seems as ready as anybody. At some point in time, you've got to find a way to get him onto this big league roster. And I mean, he was impressive in spring with the club. He's been amazing all season long. I have a really hard time believing that this entire season is going to go by without him finishing out the year, being given an opportunity to be an everyday guy. And right now, with all due respect to Lars Nootbaar, it feels like the only opportunity to make him an everyday guy is to move on from Nootbaar and put him in left field. Because, I mean, Nathan Church is a part of your future. He's a young guy. And, by the way, he is putting up fantastic numbers since his return from the injured list. Jordan Walker's in right field. And, people people get annoyed and people get frustrated about what the Cardinals are doing with their catchers and having Herrera catch twice a week and DH the rest of the times. You can be annoyed all you want about that, but it's not going to change. That's what the Cardinals are doing. It's the plan that they've gone with. They like Herrera twice a week. He's going to be the DH the rest of the time. So you can't, people will say, we'll just make Herrera a full-time catcher and then Baez can come and he can be your full-time DH. Well, it's not happening. So if that's not going to happen, it's not worth talking about. So the only real way that you get Baez onto this roster is if he can play every day. And the only way he can play every day is A, if there's an injury, or B, if you move on from one of your outfielders. And Lars Nootbaar seems like the most likely one to be moved on from.
Yeah, I think that's good analysis. Yesterday's loss, frustrating, but it underscores, I think, how good this team's defense has been all season. That's the first game that at least I can recall where defense arguably cost the Cardinals a victory. That's very rare.
Yeah, and I don't know if it cost what it was. It was a tie game when Fermin committed that error, so no guarantee they would have won that game either way. But I understand what you're saying. Yes, I mean that was a bad error and that was a bad moment, and it came at a bad time because Walker had just hit the 3-run home run in the top of the 6th inning, and you're all of a sudden you've got the lead. But yeah, I mean, and Fermin's one of the unsung heroes of this team for sure, with what he's been able to do this year, and he's a pretty solid defender. So those things happen. That over 162 games, you're gonna have errors that really, really hurt you and maybe cost you a game. I think you're right when you say that the defense has been solid. Even lately with what, Blaze Jordan has struggled defensively at third base here recently, but it hasn't been a thing where you feel like it's been costing you games. So yeah, you put up with a little bit less defense sometimes for the offense, and I'm comfortable with that.
Tommy Edman, Brendan Donovan, and Jose Fermin cut out of the same cloth.
Okay. I guess, sure. They all have different things that they do. I think Brendan Donovan of that group is probably the most skilled ball player and gives you the best high-end defense in addition to a little bit more pop off his bat. But I understand where you're going with that. I'm not going to push back too hard on that.
Matt, I liked the response. Okay, pretty much every response I have to Hancock when he says something to me. Matthew, what a busy sports day we've got. Ollie Marmol coming up on the Gas House Gang, Cardinal baseball in downtown St. Louis. Important series, 5 games against the Milwaukee Brewers. And don't forget about that soccer game.
Yeah, I think Prulisek's going to score a goal tonight.
Prulisek,
Prulisek. Thanks, John Hancock. Thanks, Matt Pauly.
You bet. Thanks, guys.
Yo, Paulie, your sister's with me. I'll call you back later. See ya.
Hancock and Kelley for the Chris and Amy Show. We'll be back after this.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Party at your place this summer? Fix things up inside and out with July 4th deals, now at Lowe's. Get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, save $80 on a select Charbroil Performance Series gas grill, now $299. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The soundtrack of classic rock is coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater August 6th. Leonard Skinner and Foreigner joining forces for one epic night of legendary hits and unforgettable memories. It's the Double Trouble Double Vision Tour. From sweet home Alabama to cold as ice. Don't miss your chance to experience these two Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acts in one incredible show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
That guy over there is John Hancock. I'm Michael Kelley. We're sitting in for Chris and Amy. Amy should be somewhere over the Atlantic right now, making her return to St. Louis. Chris, I think, is saying goodbye to the family up in Chicago.
Yep.
And we'll be returning here tomorrow, and then all things will be right with the world. Hopefully they'll be able to talk about a Cardinal victory and a United States soccer victory. If not, maybe they can talk about President Trump calling FIFA to say, hey, we should get to play that game again if it doesn't work out well for us.
Apparently, Belgium is contesting the reversal of the red card reversal.
Now, who would call on behalf of Belgium? Is there a prime minister of Belgium who would weigh in?
The minister of waffles.
That guy over there is John Hancock, and his sense of humor is not broken. I'll tell you what's broken in this town, John.
Yeah.
I drove from the Central West End to downtown St. Louis and saw 3 different water main breaks
this morning
that are happening. That's about 30 to 40 blocks that I drive. There's one right there in my neighborhood. We've got some water pressure issues that are going on.
So how do you know the water mains have broken?
You see them bubbling out of the ground.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Then there's one right at St. Louis U and Vandeventer where the water is coming through the manhole. And then this morning I found one, a huge one, and I'm sure it's got traffic stopped right now on Jefferson between Olive and Market Street. You just have to wonder how much longer this old lady of a city that we have can keep it together without just some serious neglect. We've had the sinkholes that have gone on. The water mains continue to break on a daily basis. But don't worry about it, John.
Well,
our Board of Aldermen's on top of some of these international issues. They can get them all solved.
Well, and that's got to be extremely devastating if you can't get water to where it needs to be.
Well,
I mean, you think about just the residents,
right.
The fire department. I mean, that's a huge problem.
It becomes pressure issues, and look, it's a big city. It's got a big water system. It ought to be able to work, but there's daily signs that we've neglected our infrastructure in this region for far too long.
They need to privatize the water, in my ever so humble opinion.
I can't believe that I'm going to agree with you, John, but I think it's time to hand it over to the experts. So, hey, that's 2 hours gone. We've got 1 hour left. We're going to visit with Andrew Eggard, the White House correspondent for the Bulwark here in a little bit.
And then the Gas House Gang at noon, Oliver Marmol making a rare Monday appearance because the Cardinals play a day game on Tuesday. He'll be on the Gas House Gang this afternoon at noon on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Last year, I had back pain radiating down my right leg. The pain was so bad I was willing to cut my leg off to stop the pain. I could barely walk and had to stoop over when I did just to take pressure off the spine. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. In my professional career, I've represented thousands of people who've had herniated discs and issues with their neck and back, but never fully appreciated what they were going through until it was my turn. It's like trying to describe colors to a blind person who's never had sight. All I can tell you is it hurt like hell, but worse. My daily walk was gone, and that bothered me a great deal. Then I thought of all of you and how much more devastating this type of injury could be for you. My life stopped. I now feel your pain. Just know at Morgan & Morgan, we got your back. I understand. Morgan means more.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
You know, I'm always talking about taking care of everybody else. The kids, the family, the job, the house, the calendar. But today, I want to talk about you taking care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of them? What if you could better understand your risk for chronic disease before symptoms begin? Simon Cancer Center has a tool called Your Disease Risk, and it does just that. It helps you get a better understanding of your risk for chronic disease and cancer before symptoms even start. It looks at things like lifestyle, family history, everyday habits, nutrition, physical activity, tobacco use, sleep, and screenings. Because your health story is shaped by more than just genetics. And knowledge is powerful. When you know your risk, you can make better choices, ask better questions, and the ability to take actions early. Listen, it only takes a few minutes, but it can help guide decisions that matter for years to come. Prevention starts with awareness, and awareness starts with you. Visit sitemont.washu.edu/YDR and take the Your Disease Risk Assessment today. Just a few minutes a day could make a difference for years to come. That website again is sitemont.washu.edu/YDR.
The right patio sets the scene. The right grill steals the show. For a limited time during July 4th, extra big deals at Lowe's. Get two 12-by-12-inch square patio stones for only $3. Plus, save $100 on the select Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $179. All you need now is good company. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/6. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 11 o'clock, we have partly sunny skies, 80 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. More than 36 juveniles taken into custody by St. Louis police on the first weekend of an expanded curfew. Speaking on KMOX's Total Information AM, police spokesman Mitch McCoy says 41 juveniles were picked up by police on July 4th.
The majority of the teens live outside St. Louis City. Only 11 of the teens detained on July 4th actually reside in the city of St. Louis.
8 were found in possession of illegal fireworks. The teens were taken to a reunification center. Parents or guardians required to pick them up and receive citations. The curfew is in effect through Labor Day. City police also broke up an advertised street takeover in South City, arresting 9 adults, seizing 9 vehicles, and taking 4 juveniles to the reunification center. President Trump says FIFA made a brilliant decision to allow a top player on the U.S. men's team to compete tonight against Belgium in the World Cup. That after he weighed in with the organization over a controversial red card.
President Trump said he'd never even heard of a red card.
They say you can't play. That's very unfair.
Trump says he called the head of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, and asked him to review the decision to disqualify American striker Folarin Balogun.
All I did was ask for a review. I didn't say you have to do this.
He shrugs off the protests from Belgium, saying if the Belgians beat the Americans at full strength, they can be really proud.
The other way, if they beat us, we'll say I say it was rigged.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Ahead of Monday night's World Cup soccer matchup in Seattle, the captain of the U.S. team says he's not worried about how past games with Belgium turned out. St. Louis native Tim Ream.
We have to go and just play our game. We have to put in the same type of performance that we've been putting in, and if we do that, then we give ourselves the best opportunity to move on.
Weather Now, sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies.
No question our weather's a little bit better this afternoon on this Monday. Partly sunny skies. The north to northwest flow is back in place. A summer northwest flow, so it is less humid. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 68 for the overnight low. Pretty nice evening as we actually drop out of the 80s. Tuesday, sunny and 87. Tuesday night, clear skies, 69. And Wednesday, sunny and 88. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We have partly sunny skies, 82 degrees in Florissant and St. Peters, 80 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
If your retirement plan is mostly what if and a little fingers crossed, you deserve better answers than that. Check out Wealth and Wisdom Saturdays at 7 a.m. here on KMOX. I'm Gary Goldberg. Call 800-966-1690.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers. Ameren Total Access 550. First pitch 645. Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
You have to let them use their best players. And the game tonight's going to be amazing. And we're going to have a full team. And Belgium's going to have a full team. And you know what? If they beat us, then they can be really proud. The other way, if they beat us, we'll say I say it was rigged, just like the election was rigged in 2020. But I won't get into that.
Well, that's the President of the United States. He's a busy guy these days. He's fixing ponds up in the city of Washington, D.C. He's throwing fireworks displays. He's getting involved in FIFA. Joining us on the Quiver River Electric guest line is none other than Andrew Egger, White House correspondent and co-author of the Morning Shots newsletter for The Bulwark. How are you, Andrew?
Hey, guys. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Lots to keep track of. I guess you're kind of a sports commentator today because the President of the United States has weighed in on the red card.
Yeah, a few weeks ago I was a UFC play-by-play guy, and now you're right. Now it's all about the World Cup here.
Yeah, and how is that being received? Of course, the President received the FIFA Peace Prize, whatever that is. And many people say that if we're talking about this, we got Trump derangement syndrome, but President Trump is proudly saying, yes, I got involved, and that's the reason that our player is going to be able to participate in the game this evening.
Yeah, well, there's basically two lines on this, right? And obviously, you can pretty well predict which line, which side is taking in terms of U.S. politics here. But there's one line that says, this is kind of an embarrassing thing for the United States. It is. You kind of have the president and guys like Senator Ted Cruz sort of openly gloating about getting involved in this and basically leaning on FIFA, throwing around the weight of the United States diplomatically and politically as an international matter to get involved in this sports contest and sort of stack the deck in favor of our own players. Looked at in that way, it's the sort of thing that you would not have seen from past administrations, that you would not have seen historically from the United States. You associate that sort of thing more with regimes that are more unapologetic about sort of wielding international power in ways that are just designed to help them out personally. It's not usually regimes you like very much. At the same time, I want to be clear. There's another whole line to this, and it kind of explains why. I mean, I think it's really a good illustration of the kind of mindset that makes the president very popular among his supporters, which is you have here an international body, FIFA, that is not really on the up and up, right? I mean, FIFA is sort of notoriously corrupt as an international governing body for this sport. They've gotten in all kinds of trouble with bribes and things like that in the past. And you have here a specific moment, which was this red card that was given to our star striker, Fowler and Balogun, in the match of 32 the other day, and that a lot of people looked at that and say, hey, that was a bad foul. Why shouldn't the president, be willing to get on the phone and scold the corrupt FIFA guys and get an outcome that we want to see and get our guy back on when it wasn't a very good foul in the first place? So you can kind of see that's the sort of mindset where there's a lot of fans of the president on the Republican side who are like, here's a guy who's not afraid to get down in the trenches and get a good outcome for us when we deserve one, when it ought to be that way. Now, obviously, the flip side of that is, who are we to say whether it was or wasn't a good red card? There's a reason why, there are different governing bodies that aren't just the United States government or the popular opinion of the United States watchers of the World Cup online who should ultimately get to make these sorts of decisions. But you can kind of see why the president is taking a victory lap on this one. It sort of aligns with his political appeal in some interesting ways.
Well, and looked at through a different lens, there have been a lot of, I would say, bad political decisions made by the White House in the past many months. This one, from a political standpoint, is a home run, right?
I think so. Yeah, I hesitate to say this, but the thing that just popped into my mind is it's sort of like a "we got Bin Laden" sort of moment, where it's just like, yeah, there was just this outcome, and the United States went out and got it, and I did that, and some people are going to grump about process concerns or these sorts of things. Obviously, way, way, way less significant than the thing I just said, but yeah, I mean, it's a deliverable. It's a thing that everybody's going to go out and see. They're going to be like, hey, look, we didn't have our star player before. Now we've got our star player, and the president made it happen. And they might not think too much about it beyond that, and that's a win for the president.
Yeah, we're going to have Balaban back. Great barbecue place. So that'll be exciting. Speaking of process, the Trump financial disclosure, albeit late, has come out. He's made a lot of money. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of these things that it really does just underscore the total collapse of any kind of making and just conflicts of interest and allegations of corruption. I mean, what we have seen over the past year, and it's not really a surprise because there's been reporting about it all along, but we've seen the president is running the country. He's making all of these policy decisions about all these other countries. He has not divested many of his companies in any meaningful way. It's not even just like the first term where he, had his pre-existing businesses that he didn't really divest from. Now he has stood up all of these different new businesses that basically trade on his political popularity and the idea of access to him. So in particular, he has made a ton of money through various cryptocurrency enterprises, one of which is this World Liberty Financial crypto marketplace, which primarily is a conduit for foreign leaders to funnel money into his personal piggy bank. He made $2 billion last year overall, and a gigantic chunk of that came from World Liberty Financial, which has big investments from Saudi and Qatari and UAE petro barons, and another big chunk of the money that he got came from the meme coins that he sold, and that is marketed more toward his fans and people in Silicon Valley and folks over here where he makes money on fees whenever his crypto whenever his meme coin is traded, and it's just, I mean, it's just one other story in a monsoon of stories around this White House. But the fact that it is not sort of a giant hair on fire story for the political media because there's so much other stuff to cover, it really does just underscore the collapse of the norms involved. I mean, it will be hard to make the sale that another president will need to, abide by the sorts of standards that presidents had abided by up until now, when this president has done this, has put a whole bunch of money in his own pocket by doing so, and seems to be suffering little to no political consequence for it.
So the other side of the flip side of the meme coin is that the investors have lost, I think I read, over $3 billion. Is that right, collectively? And is there a day of reckoning that lies ahead after the midterm elections, Andrew?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how to score that number that you just said because, it's not like that money is just getting vaporized off the map, right? There are people who made money on it. There are people who lost money on it. So if you're just kind of tracking the investors, I'm not a financial reporter. I don't know exactly the best way to break that down. But the bottom line here is that it really has been a situation of the president really extracting money from his most loyal people. We've seen this across a number of his products that he's sort of marketed to the MAGA base as business transactions, which is just very strange. It's not the kind of thing that you would usually see from a president being involved in a ton of business stuff in general, let alone this sort of hucksterish, scammy stuff where he is just extracting money from people who trust him as a politician. But that is, just one other example of the strange, unprecedented sort of pseudo-social, parasocial connection that the president has with his fans, where they seem inclined to forgive him and look past stuff like this in a way that they would not forgive and look past another politician that was even attempting the same thing on other people, let alone pulling it on themselves personally. So yeah, it's interesting to see, and we will have to see about to your question about the midterms. Obviously, he is getting more popular by the month, but that real strong base of support, that 30-35% of the country who is ride or die with him, these are a lot of the same people that he is at least apparently ripping off, and yet that particular base support remains very strong.
That's probably the most interesting thing is that people lost billions of dollars, but they seem to be the people who support Donald Trump the most. One of the groups that Donald Trump's had a tough relationship with would be our NATO partners, and he's headed to Turkey this evening to visit with those NATO partners. Are they as thrilled to see him as he sounds like he is to see them?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. I think I got the substance of your question there. He is. It's an interesting moment for NATO, to put it mildly. Very. Earlier this year, where Donald Trump has always been a little bit NATO skeptical, sometimes more than others. Possibly has made a lot of noise about wanting them to.
All right, we are losing Andrew.
Yeah, you're coming over as a kidnapper on the phone. There, you're
always grateful to have Andrew.
What the issue is.
Always grateful to have Andrew with us. He's the White House correspondent for and co-author of Morning Shots, the newsletter from the Bulwark. You can check out his information online. John, we're going to step aside here in a little bit.
Are we?
Times they are a-changin'. Do you remember when you the first album you purchased, music album?
I'd have to give it some thought.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band would be mine.
Huh.
We're going to talk about the purchase of media and, how it doesn't exist anymore after this on KMOX.
Cool.
Hi, it's Amy Mark Scores for Rottler Pest Solutions. Okay, we've all been there. You're hanging out outside in the backyard, maybe on the deck. You're barbecuing. You have family over, friends over, and the party gets ruined by mosquitoes and other stinging insects. Here's what you need to do. You need to visit Rottler.com. Rottler helps reduce mosquito activity so you and your family can enjoy your outdoor spaces. Technicians identify and treat mosquito breeding areas, and those treatments treatments target mosquito larvae and help reduce mosquito populations for weeks at a time. Try a treatment before your next backyard gathering. You're going to notice a difference. Same thing with stinging insects, which can pose safety risks and even damage property. Rottler safely identifies and treats nests to help protect your home. For 70 years, Rottler Pest Solutions has helped local homeowners protect what matters most. Visit them today at rottler.com.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Many times, a person hires a law firm after an injury without doing research. It can be a big mistake or not. Sometimes, after you have hired a certain lawyer, you realize you made a certain mistake. But guess what? Just because you hire them doesn't mean you can't fire them. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you think you've hired the wrong firm, you may have. So do this. Google Morgan & Morgan results or visit forthepeople.com for cases just like yours. You may find that our full-service injury firm should have been your choice in the first place. Last year, almost 12,000 people discharged their law firm and hired us after further research. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com today and let's get started. Or call Pound Law on your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
This summer, local events are happening all over the place, and I3 Broadband is a big part of it. At I3, we love being part of the neighborhood and are proud to support the events that make our communities great. We're also proud to deliver 100% fiber-to-home internet, recognized as Greater St. Louis's next-door neighborhood fave. We give you lightning-fast speeds and reliable performance. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade because life runs better on fiber, and I3 Broadband is here for you.
When pain starts to slow you down, BJC Healthcare and WashU Medicine orthopedic specialists are here to help. Nationally recognized leaders in orthopedics deliver care that's informed by research and personalized for you. From everyday aches to complex injuries and recovery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love. Find an orthopedic specialist today. Visit bjc.org/orthopedics or call 314-362-9355.
I'm Altima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
So, John Hancock, those of us of a certain age remember when you'd go down to the local record store, maybe
Mr.
at
Records.
the mall, or
Mr. Records on Chutes Road.
And you would acquire your media.
Yeah.
Whether it be my first album that I purchased, it was a cassette tape, was the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And you remember it had the artwork there where you could go and see all the Beatles and all the famous folks that were dressed up in different...
On the cassette tape?
Yeah. And well, they had it on the vinyl as well, but you would open the cassette tape, etc. Cassette tapes were what the kids were buying when I was that age, and then later CDs came. We were buying
78s when I was a kid.
Yeah. Now we live in a media world where you don't really buy anything. You buy just the music digitally that comes to you. And our own Matt Pajeski pointed this out to me.
Yeah, so last week it was announced that PlayStation, the video game console, announced that they will no longer be selling physical games, like physical copies of their games, so that everything in 2028 and onward will be bought digitally.
It's going to be tough on GameStop.
Yeah, exactly. And I love GameStop. I haven't been in probably 10 or 15 years, but I used to love going there. And that just made me think, like, man, I really love owning physical copies of the things that I love the most. I love having a DVD of my favorite movie, and I love having a vinyl record of my favorite album. I love having.
What does it do for you to have something physically there?
Stuff.
I feel like I'm the old man having to educate the youth here. It's a physical experience. Like you open up the album, you look through the liner notes, through the lyrics, through the cool artwork. Also, something about it, like I turn into an angry Second Amendment defender. Like, it's mine. You can't take it away from me. You can't knock on my door and pry it out of my hands. Like, that's how I feel about having a physical copy of something. When you're watching everything on streaming or you're buying your games digitally, it doesn't feel like you're truly owning it.
Okay, Matt. So I have literally hundreds of CDs from the back. Remember the Columbia House scam where they'd send you 20, CDs for $1, and then you were on the hook to buy several more. So I have hundreds of these old CDs. What am I to do with those? They're in a Tupperware box inside of my office. What am I to do with them? It's not like I pull them out to listen to some of the old music because I just listen to it right there on my iPhone.
You give them to me, and I will sift through them. I'll take what I want, and then I'll donate the rest to the CD warehouse or a record store. They'll take them.
Is that right?
They'll give you $5 probably for 100 CDs.
And that gives you some type of gratification that you have a physical piece. Like, this is really troublesome to you that you're not going to be able to, that you may own Grand Theft Auto, but you don't own the Grand Theft Auto disc.
Right.
You're going to own Grand Theft Auto digitally to be able to play on your computer.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel the same to me. I don't know why.
Allow me to be the voice of reason here.
Yeah.
This ought to be good.
Being in the midst of going through my father-in-law's house, which we're going to sell. 54 years of accumulated stuff. And looking at my own house now that I've been in for over 20 years, the basement, the storage room, now the kitchen, stuff everywhere. Going to digital stuff means there's less physical stuff. And when you get to the end of the road, Peach, when when it's about time to, head to the home, you'll be grateful that you don't have as much stuff.
Yes.
At your house. So I think this is a positive development.
When you're at that age, though, do you know how to use the digital stuff? Do you know how to log into all your different apps? Which, by the way, you're still paying for each individual app. When you buy the disc, you buy it once.
When I'm going to the home, I don't think I'm going to be playing a lot of video games. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Movies, album, music, whatever.
Yeah.
You buy it once, you have the copy forever. You have to keep renting or streaming or subscribing monthly.
I made the transition to minimalism about 10 years ago. And I don't want stuff. I don't want anything. So, like, when you go to a Cardinal game and they hand you, the first 10,000 people get a bobblehead. Nope, I don't want it.
I'll take it.
Because it's just the start of clutter. You go to a convention that you have to participate in, and they give you the little goodie bag.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't take it. You go to a couple's shower, and they hand stuff out, and there's a bath bomb in there. John and I speak places. The Missouri Athletic Club gave us some nice books and hats, etc., to come talk to them.
By the way,
I gave it away.
You won't be coming back either.
By the way, there was a dinner gift card in there at the MAC. We ought to take that and go.
I gave it away.
Oh.
But when you don't have stuff, there is something liberating about not having this stuff, because you find you're at that age in your life where you're going to move 3 or 4 times probably over the next 10 years. And all you're doing is moving a bunch of stuff from here to there. And I guess, sure, I get that there's some emotional attachment maybe to your first record album or the movie that you like, or even your Grand Theft Auto disc.
Yeah.
But do you really want all that nonsense that you're going to be hauling around the rest of your life? Maybe you ought to jump into the technological age that Hancock and Kelley have embraced, which is no more stuff.
Let's get back to that gift card.
Okay.
Why didn't you, if you're going to give it away, why didn't you just give it to me?
I probably did offer it to you right then, but we didn't know that there was going to be a gift card in
By
there.
the way, speaking of gift cards, what percentage of gift cards that are circulating out there go unused? I predict it's 50%.
I bet it's not that high, but I would bet it's almost a third of them. That would be a good question for the Chat GPT.
Yeah.
But so Matt, you're not into the convenience of being able to play, because this is mainly video games that has you irritated.
Not the video games is what that's what made the news with PlayStation getting rid of their physical copies of games starting in 2 years. It made me think of music and movies, which I care more for than video games.
By the way, the text line is with you, man.
Okay, good.
They are.
So a video game runs what, $50, $70 somewhere
it's
in
like
there?
$60, $70.
No.
Okay. Yeah, a new game will cost $60.
So if you were to buy that digitally, it's downloaded on your console and you can play it as much as you want.
Yeah.
But do you almost feel like you're gypped because, geez, I don't have this right here? Like, what happens one day if they no longer support this digital product that I've purchased online because I don't have the physical copy?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the digital copies might be more transferable across other technology.
Well, and here's the other problem.
What?
You got a disc in a box.
Yeah.
And it's sitting on the floor there next to your Xbox or PlayStation, whatever it is. And you drop your bowling ball on the darn thing and you break the thing. Now you got to go buy it again.
Yeah.
If you've got a digital copy of it, that's not going to happen. The dog, Gus, is not going to eat your DVD.
That's true.
So there you have that.
I want to tell people that they can vote on our Twitter poll at Chris Amy KMOX. We've got a yes or no poll. Do you still buy physical media, CDs, DVDs, vinyl? Yes or no? Tell us why. Tell us what you buy if you do still buy physical media.
But with the exception of vinyl, which has made a little bit of a comeback here in the last couple of years, where people are getting I don't even know what you call those, turntables to be able to play it.
Yeah.
Look at all the media I own right now. I've got all these DVDs. I've got all those CDs. I can't play them on anything anywhere. Where would you even buy a CD player anymore?
I've got one. I've got a turntable. I've got a CD player. They're my parents, and I bought a new turntable that's like good quality.
Ooh.
I still buy albums.
What'd you get? What kind?
A turntable.
Yeah.
It's Audio Technica.
Nice.
The CD player is a Sony.
They make those needles out of diamonds, don't they?
If they do, it's not the one I've got. I'm sure mine's much cheaper.
Do you buy baseball cards? Because it seems to me that you'd be into baseball cards.
It's hard to find baseball cards.
As a kid, I liked them. I like putting them in a binder and flipping through them.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in 20 years, though, probably.
I had, coolest thing.
Okay.
It was like a little locker, a cardboard locker.
Okay.
And it would open in the middle, the flaps would go out, and you had little cardboard sections for all the baseball teams.
Uh-huh.
And so I'd get my baseball cards, and I'd separate them by team, and I'd put them in the little cardboard sections.
Yep. Man.
I still have that.
You still have them?
It's in my basement.
It's amazing you got married and were able to secure a woman if you still have that in your life.
You can't find baseball cards anymore. Now, I'll tell you who carries them.
Right, because
Quick
it's
Trip.
silly.
Quick Trip carries them. That's about the only place.
Baseball cards?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so help me understand why baseball cards are such a deal.
That's what got me to go to Sunday school when I was a kid.
Your mom would give you a baseball card?
My dad would pick me up with a pack of baseball cards. And, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that you have them, do you realize the amount of time you wasted on baseball cards
buddy,
that you could have spent
I did so
flirting with Sally, the neighbor?
Me and John Sims would go and we'd trade cards. You'd get 3 Manny Motas. What do you need 3 Manny Motas for? You don't.
You trade them.
You trade Manny to John Sims, and you get a Craig Nettles.
Did you ever have, what was the most valuable baseball card you wound up accumulating?
I can't talk about this.
No, you must talk about it.
We got to take a break.
Matt, I think we got plenty of time for him to tell us about the most valuable baseball card.
I had a Nolan Ryan rookie card.
No.
What's that mean?
Thousands of dollars.
Seriously?
And I sold it with my collection to a guy when I was 17 for $8.
And it really is still to this day worth thousands of dollars?
Thousands of dollars.
Nolan Ryan rookie card.
Yeah, buddy.
That's John Hancock. I'm Michael Kelley. We're trading cards. Stick around right here on KMOX.
All Access with Ollie Marmol on the Gas House Gang.
I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group. This group fits my personality to a T. I love what we're doing. I love how we're going about it. I love the honest conversations. I love the grit. And there's been certain times where I've caught myself where bases are loaded, our back's up against the wall, and I can't help but smile. I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group.
Ollie Marmol, Tuesdays at noon on KMOX.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal, or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
John, you know what today is?
It's Monday.
First Monday of the month. You know what that means?
It's the first Monday of the month.
They test the tornado sirens in the city of St. Louis and throughout the region as it relates to that. So if you hear that, no worries, no tornadoes or anything out there. In fact, it's going to be a glorious day today. A high of only 86, a low of 71 this evening. They've even taken a sprinkle out of the forecast, so we're all fine. But stick around for tomorrow. It's going to be a near replica of the day, high of 85.
Brought to you by Duke's Real Mayo.
The Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
There's an old joke about Uncle Sam's new tax short form. The first line says, "How much did you make?" The next line says, "Send it in." Really? Not that funny, but that's what a lot of people do in retirement. They take money out of their 401k or IRA and end up sending it in when they pay taxes. Steve All of the All Financial Group invites you to take their tax challenge. What if your current plan included thousands of dollars in unnecessary taxes and fees? Or maybe higher Medicare premiums or a lower Social Security check? What if the savings you realized could allow you to retire early? Wouldn't you want to know about that right now? Take the All Financial Group Tax Challenge and find out. There's no charge. Call Steve today at 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IBW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Today,
the Cards, the Brewers.
Hamlin Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It is the Chris and Amy show on KMOX. Neither Chris nor Amy are here. It's
They'll
the
be here
Hancock and
tomorrow.
Kelley show. They'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of tomorrow's usually the day that Ollie Marmal is on for the Gas House game.
Yep.
Well, guess what? It's happening today.
Today.
At noon, Ollie will join the Gas House gang.
I'll be tuned in.
As the Cardinals get ready for a 5-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers, all right here in downtown St. Louis. An opportunity to really make some headway on them as they're, 6 games ahead of us in the standings.
Yeah, this could go one of 3 ways, right? Cardinals could go 4-1 or 5-0. Not likely.
Let's hope.
The Brewers could go 4-1 or 5-0.
Not likely.
Not likely, but more likely than the other.
Right.
Or they can split them up 3-2, 2-3, which is, I think, the most likely. And if the Cardinals get through this, winning 2 out of 5, it won't be great, but it won't be the end of the world either. There'll still be a net plus on the entire gauntlet of 14 games before the All-Star break.
Weather like this gets me thinking about, barbecues, etc. Hence, I'm going to pull together some salsita for tonight's
That's what I'm doing.
Soccer game. Now, you'll be watching baseball. I'll be watching soccer.
Oh, good for you.
Now, I may wind up purchasing one of the most underrated fruits out there.
Oh.
But the fruit that I'm about to talk about is a commitment.
All right.
And I find that I don't purchase it too often because I don't want to make it go to waste. And that would be the watermelon. The watermelon is one of the best fruits out there.
Just had some the other night.
When you buy a watermelon, you're committing to a huge endeavor because watermelons are usually, twice the size of a football. You cut them in half. You wind up eating maybe a fourth of it if you're lucky. If you've got somebody with you, maybe you can polish off a whole half.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the other half of the watermelon there. And it never tastes as good the next day.
Is that
I'm
right?
sorry. Once you open a watermelon, it starts the deterioration process. Now, you've got a couple of folks at your house. Do you guys eat watermelon?
Oh, yeah, we got
What do you
watermelon.
do? Give it to Gus?
I found out something about watermelons that I never knew.
Make you have to go to the bathroom.
No.
Pee.
I had a watermelon the other night at the very nice Pearson's house.
Very nice people.
No seeds.
Yeah, they have seedless watermelons.
Yes. And it's a marvel of science.
Yeah.
How do you produce a watermelon that doesn't have watermelon
You
seeds in
genetically
it?
engineer it.
Ooh.
That's what's been done.
Like what they do?
I don't know. I mean, dude, grapes used to have seeds in them. You remember when we would get grapes as kids?
Yeah.
They'd have seeds in them. Guess what grapes don't have anymore?
Seeds.
They genetically engineered them out.
Cherries have seeds in them.
Cherries?
Yeah, they do.
Well, they still stay there with the cherry.
But so you can genetically engineer. This is what Mendelssohn did years ago with the peas.
Yeah.
You do your stuff on the peas. Remember that?
Right. I think they mate, different kinds of watermelon together to make sure that they don't.
What did
produce
Mendelssohn do to the peas?
seeds.
Oh, I'm reading about watermelons here.
Oh,
and
all right.
They're created by crossbreeding
Yeah.
a standard watermelon with a modified watermelon, which creates a sterile offspring.
Yeah. So they made them together, and then they come out and they're just pink on the inside.
So you get these one generation watermelons, and once they're gone, they're gone.
No, I think they
have
keep
no
reproducing
descendants.
that way. Oh, yeah, it's a good
They've
question.
got no
How do they
descendants.
reproduce other watermelon
If you don't have any seeds?
They put them in a room alone together, and they play some Marvin
now
Gaye.
I'm curious now about Mendelssohn and the seeds. I'm telling you, he did something with the peas. I mean,
I don't know.
Mendelssohn.
I
with
never
the
heard
peas,
of
buddy.
Mendelssohn.
Well, he was the
Sounds
guy.
like a coffee shop.
He had the peas out there, and
Going down to Mendelssohn's to get some coffee.
I
You
think
want
he
one?
was over in Germany, if memory serves. And
He experimented with garden peas and was known as the founder of modern genetics.
see there,
There
the
you
founder
go.
of modern. I stumbled. The facts that I possess.
Yes.
I don't like to talk.
There is a useless cavern of stuff
That's
in
not
there.
useless.
Yeah.
What that man did to peas is changed the world.
How often do you eat peas?
I like peas.
Okay. When I was growing up, we used to grow tomatoes in the backyard.
Yeah.
We had a strawberry plant or two.
Yeah.
We tried watermelon. The problem with watermelon is that it's a vine.
Yeah.
It just keeps going and going. There's no way to control it. Have you ever grown watermelon?
My grandpa did.
Yeah.
But you've got who you've got to thank for all of that?
Mendelssohn. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Over with his peas. I mean, the man. Think about you got peas, and you're looking at your peas out there, and they're dangling on the little thing in the little pods, and you think, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
This is how great moments in history happen, Michael.
Right.
Mendelssohn and the many, many Mendelssohns of the millennia have an idea, and they change the world. That's what happens.
Mendelssohn.
It's amazing.
I guess he would be the reason we have the expression 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Because that's what they would say about you and I.
Yeah.
We're 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, we got.
But we're not that similar, but we're very similar, if that makes sense.
The peas in the pod are very similar.
Yeah.
In other words, if you got
from the same parent, same lineage.
Yeah, I mean, if you got 2, 3, 4 peas in a pod, I mean, they're all going to be exactly the same.
So what is the secret for me? If I were to purchase a watermelon this evening and say I only get 3 or 4 guests, we eat half of that watermelon. What should I do with the other half of the watermelon?
Throw it away.
Yep. See, that's what happens. You wind up saying, I'm going to put this saran wrap on it, right? Then you throw it in the refrigerator, and the next morning you go to get it, and it's turned into that mushy watermelon. And there's nothing worse than a mushy watermelon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
where the pulp is kind of disintegrating on your tongue.
Well, there's a reason why the front half of the fruit is water. Because that's what it is. It's full of water.
Right.
So when it gets mushy, it's just water.
Yeah, with the pulp, but it's the water is just the pulp is not so great.
Speaking of saran wrap.
See, like grapes, they turn into something after they're no longer useless.
Speaking of saran wrap.
Become raisins.
They've done so. They keep changing these things. You know,
What?
they changed the toilet paper now. You got the little curves instead of the cuts. You know.
Yeah, you don't like that.
I do like that.
Yeah.
But now the saran wrap or the plastic wrap. I've never seen this before.
What?
They don't have the little razor blade thing that you cut it off.
Of course they do.
No. Now they come and they've got a perforation on them, and you've got to line up with the line and tear it like that.
No.
Yes.
They're doing away with the razors?
And I tell you what, I can't, I go to...
Is this an environmental thing? Is this like the straws?
I don't know what it is. I don't like it. Because I go to, Gus's food can lasts 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So day one, you scoop it out there into the doggy bowl,
right?
And then you put the plastic
Saran
wrap over the top of it.
Yeah.
And so I've been wrestling with this stuff. They've got to perforate. You got to find the perforation.
I've never heard of such a thing.
I know. So I end up getting frustrated. I just rip it up, and you know what happens when you just
then
rip it up?
It gets all tangled and mushed together, and then you
Yes.
spend 20 minutes trying to.
Yes.
It's like the tape.
Yes.
You know when you can't the clear tape.
Yes.
And it gets all screwed up, and then you wind up undoing.
They do that on purpose. It's a conspiracy. These manufacturers out there are manufacturing products that are designed to
Aggravate
wad up.
us.
Yes.
Yes.
And so anyway, that's the deal.
Now, let me tell you what I have become a recent convert to is parchment paper. Are you familiar with parchment paper?
Do I not love parchment paper?
What I love about parchment paper is that you can you cut it off, you put it on, and it's like you never get your plates and stuff even dirty.
It's amazing.
It cooks everything on there, and it can sit in 500 degrees, and nothing happens to it.
It may be the greatest thing.
Yeah, and it holds all the juice there.
Yeah.
And so I'm a recent convert to parchment paper
over aluminum foil.
Over aluminum. I cook everything on parchment.
Yes.
And and then I wind up washing the dishes, the pans and stuff that I use, but it's not necessary.
The Declaration of Independence was written on parchment paper.
So it could survive 500-600 degrees.
And a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
I mean,
250 of them to be
Right.
specific.
I mean, that's amazing.
Do you think we ought to step aside and put a lid on this sucker before?
I don't know.
I hope we haven't lost many of the listeners for Chris and Amy. But they all should be coming in because Ollie's coming on.
Yeah.
How come Ollie's not joining us?
Well, he's busy, buddy.
Yeah. I got some thoughts for Ollie.
Have you?
That's John Hancock. I'm Michael Kelley. It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
So much to love about summer, longer days, backyard barbecues, but if you've noticed your air conditioning running constantly or certain rooms just never seem to cool down, could be your windows. Right now with Universal Windows Direct, you buy 4 windows, you're going to get 4 windows for free. You're also going to get 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash, 4 full years to pay off those windows. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy.
I got my first real 6-string.
Bryan Adams is bringing the Roll with a Bunches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Bryan Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Bryan Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Bryan Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Freedom 250. Join the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America July 1st through July 7th across St. Louis as we celebrate America's 250-year legacy with free concerts. No tickets required. Details at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more, so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Got a little public service announcement.
What's that?
4th of July's over.
Right.
If you still have fireworks and you're lighting them off, you're a problem.
Huh.
Enough. No more fireworks. It's over with. Let the dogs and the kids, let's get past it. It's
Michael,
miserable out there.
This is America.
Yeah.
And in America, we are free. So if you've got a
to be a jerk,
if you've
and
got
still pop your fireworks
you've got
off
a sparkler, and you want to sparkle,
yeah, but some people got to go to work tomorrow, John, and some of these clowns will be out there till 1:00 in the morning tonight on a Monday.
No, they won't.
Blowing up. Yes, they will. I guarantee if we open the phone lines right now, so many people will tell you that these fireworks will go on for weeks and weeks.
You're done with us here in another 10 minutes or so, but it's been fun being together for the last few days.
I've enjoyed it with you, and listen, you and I are going to stick around because we're going to listen to what's about to happen here, which is, oh my golly, on a Monday, we're going to have Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie Marmol on the Gas House Gang today because the Cardinals have an afternoon game tomorrow, 2 games tomorrow against the Milwaukee Brewers, 5 overall over the next 4 days. And in the category of me being often wrong, but never in doubt.
Okay.
I have been corrected on the text line.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Mendelssohn, of course, the notable composer.
Okay.
It was Gregor Mendel.
Mendel.
Who experimented with the piece. Little Mendelssohn that you're playing there. Very nice piece. Yeah, he was great. But it was Gregor Mendel who experienced, did all the pea stuff that changed the world. Now,
he's the reason grapes don't have seeds and watermelons don't have seeds.
In fairness to yours truly,
okay,
his experiments were carried on by his eldest child, who was known as Mendel's son. So I was actually technically correct.
Phil Mendelssohn? Was he left-handed and play golf?
No, he didn't play golf. They didn't have golf back then. But Mendel's son was also quite the noted scientist. So there you have it.
Well, whoever did wind up inventing the watermelon without seeds, that person deserves a Congressional Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Maybe a phone call from the president.
Well, that's right.
Because there is nothing better than watermelon, fresh watermelon. The day after watermelon, the other half that you didn't finish, not so good. Maybe I could ground it up and put it into a blender and turn it into a juice.
Could you make a pie out of watermelon?
No. It's too watery.
It's too much water.
Yeah, it's too watery.
Oh.
Now,
what's your favorite pie?
A key lime.
Oh, come on.
What is wrong with that?
A key lime.
What are you going to say? Yours is mincemeat?
No.
What's your favorite pie?
That's snooty upper crust stuff there.
What?
Kelly.
A key lime pie?
Yeah.
It's snooty?
That's rich people stuff.
Rich people?
Yeah.
Rich people's having 2 dishwashers, dude.
No.
How is a key lime pie snooty?
It's totally
okay,
snooty.
What's yours there, Mr.
Apple
Working
pie.
Guy? Yeah, okay.
Apple pie.
Had me a piece of apple pie the other morning.
What kind of apple pie? You like the cinnamon on it?
It's good, yes.
Wait a minute. You had apple pie in the morning?
For breakfast.
What?
Well, yeah. It's
no,
apples.
You eat apple pie. You ate it for breakfast?
Yes.
Well, what is your sugar count on your diabetes?
I don't eat much sugar, but I did. There's an apple pie sitting there on the counter. My coffee, it was brewing, smelled so good, and there it was.
Did you heat it up?
No, but boy, you cut a piece of that, and it had my favorite, the lattice, top on the with the strips of whatever, back and forth.
Yeah, just breading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Really?
Oh, so good.
Apple pie for breakfast.
With coffee. Yeah.
Perfect. I could see maybe after Thanksgiving you would consider doing that, but who has an apple pie for breakfast?
How do you feel
now?
about pecan pie?
I don't mind pecan pie.
You don't mind it?
I don't mind it. No, there are some pies I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like rhubarb.
I'm not big on rhubarb.
Yeah.
I will. What is rhubarb anyway? Is
Who
that
knows?
a fruit?
It's like a vegetable. I don't like a
No, it's not a
mincemeat.
vegetable.
Did you ever have mincemeat pie?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Rhubarb.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Type of plant. It's a perennial plant with a pink stalk.
Yeah.
Yep,
I like
that's it.
cherry pie.
But botanically classified as a vegetable.
Blueberry
Is that
pie.
right?
Yeah.
Rhubarb is no wonder it's no
lemon
good.
pie, lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, really? You're just okay with that one?
Nah, I don't like lemon. I like lemon in some things, but not in pie. Rhubarb is a vegetable. That blows me away.
Yeah. Well, have you ever had a tomato pie?
No.
They're pretty good.
I don't like tomatoes.
You don't like tomatoes?
Oh, I hate tomatoes.
Why? What?
They're all gooey and gross. I mean, and they look like they're in the larval stage or something. I don't,
You don't like tomatoes. So like a tomato and onion salad, that doesn't sound good to you, huh?
Tomato and onion.
Yeah, you cut up a tomato.
I like the onion.
Yeah, and then you put the onions in there and maybe a little balsamic vinegar, little cheese of some type in there.
I don't like
salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
well, here you go on the text line. Rhubarb leaves are poisonous. There you go.
Okay.
Tells you everything you need to know right there.
If you love the taste of watermelon, you should put some on leftover slices and a glass of iced tea. Ooh, that's a good idea.
That's a splendid idea.
Yeah.
I do like those frou-frou places where they've got the big, what do you call them?
Gallon of water and they throw some fruit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually at a spa.
Yeah.
When they're playing music in the background and stuff.
You know where they had that?
Where?
When I was a member of Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah.
They had that fancy water in the lobby there.
Did you see they're going to build a Lifetime Fitness residential community right there across from the Galleria?
Really?
So it's going to have apartments, a Lifetime Fitness, a grocery store inside of it.
Huh.
And it's going to be this lifestyle community where you can work out and eat and live all at the same place. And it'll be like a lifetime community.
Huh.
John, if ever there was a poster child of a Lifetime Fitness community, it's got to be a John Hancock. Hey, speaking of John Hancock.
Yeah.
You showed me something really interesting about John Hancock.
Yeah, I saw. So they had on the Twitter on the 4th of July, a guy had a thread that had photos of all of the Founding Fathers' homes that are still extant.
Yeah.
And one of them from Beacon Hill in Boston was the house of John Hancock.
And?
It was 2 stories.
It
was cedar sided, cedar wood sided. It had 5 windows across the second floor.
Okay.
2 windows, a door, and 2 windows on the first floor. And the front door had no overhang at all. There was no porch, no overhang. It is exactly like my house in Chesterfield today. I have the same house that John Hancock had. Yeah, I thought, after 200 years, we haven't come very far.
Well, and let me tell you, yesterday he sent me a photo of his house, and I thought, what in the world is this guy doing sending me a picture of his house? And then I looked at it, and he sent me a picture of the original John Hancock's house.
Yeah.
And, normally you point stuff out like this, and I kind of roll my eyes. You were spot on, brother.
Yeah. Now, the only difference, of course, is my house has a garage. His did not.
And a refrigerator in that garage.
Well, he probably had a better refrigerator than I do.
John Hancock, it's been fun being with you. Guess what, folks? Chris and Amy are back with you tomorrow. Amy should be landing out at Lambert, coming over the Atlantic here shortly. Chris will be back here with her tomorrow. Hey, you're going to want to stick around. We got Ali Marmal.
Just around the corner.
Just around the corner right here on KMOX.
He's probably listening as we speak
Let's
right now.
go, USA. Win that soccer game tonight. Have a great day, everybody.
Prilosec for the win. We got Flavius Bologna is going to be playing, and
John.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by